team next week though? Because isn't he doing like one on, one off?
He might have said something like that, but I do not recall. Nevertheless, it should be. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Everything will be okay. Everything will be all right.
All right. Let's start with how we
Can
normally
we-
start this.
Can we shrink the NPC back down, please?
Oh yes, absolutely. I completely forgot about that.
Unless he's just a kaiju now.
Well, I suppose we'll start with Joker being at the house in the red house. Give me a moment. Then I got this song.
I'm cold, man.
I can't help you with that, friendo.
Drink some tea.
I'm going back to bed. I'll see y'all later. Good night.
So
Don't do it, Joker.
Previously, the quest in Caladium continued. The quest in Chutis continued. Sigmund, with all his plans and machinations moving forward, had one task for you, a simple task. To pass a trial to speak to the blade feather. It was simple. Climb the mountain without the use of flight. When you got to the top, or the highest you could get, blow the horn, and the blade feathers will respond. So you all set off. You climbed the mountain. Unfortunately, there were other tricks that allowed you to climb it without the use of flight. As you were climbing it, you happened upon some strange frost giants. Strange, firstly, because they were so far, well, as far as they're concerned, further south than they normally are. And strange, secondly, because when you killed one, these white and gray stone spikes kind of erupted from their wound. And when they did, those of you connected with the power of the Acolyte lost your power. As time went on, the power slowly came back to you, but it spelled an interesting threat going forward. Nevertheless, you accomplished the task. You climbed the mountain, and when you descended, you were met by Eka, the leader, the priest, the crown priest in Chutis of the Ameshta. She thanks you all, of course, for clearing those pesky frost giants out of the way. And there was an extended attempt to get her to see reason. She got whittled down just a little bit and said she would consider seeing reason when she's down on her knees. However, you all would have to climb the mountain to get her there first. So, you headed back to Caladium, as you do, as Chutis marched forward. The week has passed, and as it has done so, we return, well, I suppose, to the Red House. For whatever reason, Joker has come over to visit. But that's today. This has been a week. What have you all been doing over the course of the week? Let's start at the top, as we do. Blink.
Been working hard over there at the pet shop, trying to get myself a promotion to being area supervisor, if that thing even exists.
Mm-hmm.
And shopping around for some armor. Otherwise. Oh, and I got a new familiar. Familiar.
All right. We'll say, well, one of these days, the pet shop owner comes up to you, puts a hand on your shoulder, and says, "You're doing a good job, Sonny."
Is that it?
Yep.
All right. I also got a warhorse.
All right. Jacob, what have you been doing over this past week?
Mostly just training for the upcoming siege.
All right.
He's
Yep,
just really focused on trying to make sure he can do everything he can.
All right. Jacob, as the week went on for you, you had another dream about the crane on the lake.
Another one. Jesus.
As you viewed it this time, it stretched its wings wide, and it was one moment the crane you are familiar with and then the next, a mighty eagle. You get the impression that you can channel the radiant energy in the sword to make it into, at least briefly, a radiant greatsword that will do 3d12s of damage.
Can you maybe give me something that I can just copy paste? Just
Yeah, I probably should.
because I can't comprehend what you just said.
I give him a moment. I'll type that out in the chat real quick.
So basically, it can temporarily turn into a greatsword.
And
That's kind of what I gathered.
Yeah, essentially.
Sorry for holding up the progress here.
You're fine. It is completely fine to want something you can copy and paste, or just read so you can understand it precisely.
Listen, that's what Resco does every day. That's his character.
Right. I've typed it out in the chat so that all could see it. So
That's kind of cool. How long does it last?
I will say, let's say 5 turns. And then it reverts
Okay.
back to its normal state.
I'll add that 4 or 5 turns.
All right. So, Jaco has trained. He has had his dream.
That's a lot
Joker.
of damage. Jesus Christ.
Yes, it is. Joker, did you actually go to bed? Or are you still with us?
What?
What has Joker done over the past week?
To Yep. Joker didn't do shit. He didn't do shit.
Joker did nothing much. Simply worked on his training over the course of the week. Alas, he has one quest he still needs to complete in order to prove himself accomplished. He still has to defeat 2 opponents without the use of magic.
Hey, if we get into a fight, we might have a chance to do it since Yoki was here.
Indeed. So, Joker has not done much. Resco, what have you?
So, I have 3 things. So, the first thing is I've been continuing to help Eddie establish his orphanage and just make sure he gets, all the papers right and actually signs them and does things in a way that might be acceptable and checks over. And second thing, any downtime I have, that's because he's been carrying this book. It's kind of a thick book, and it's called Finding Yes, Negotiating Past Absolute No.
Can you run that by me again?
Finding Yes, Getting Past Absolute No's.
This is a real book.
What?
It's based on a real book.
Dumb as shit.
And at one point during reading this, he sees something that I don't know the exact context, but he just sees something he kind of wonders about, and it just makes him pause and think. And he just notices the weight of the sword of healing beside him, and kind of makes him think about that. He just unsheaths it for a moment and looks at it and thinks about the good doctor, the conversation he had with him, that he had said there is something else to it. He thinks about it just for a moment and sheaths it back. And goes
We'll
back
say. Go ahead.
He just sheaths it back and goes back to reading the book.
All right, and we'll say over the course of the week, as you've been helping Eddie with his future business prospects, you also happened upon an interesting book that stuck out to you because it reminds you of your conversation with Eka one day and then Linda the next. You feel like this book might provide to you some very useful knowledge going forward. You also considered your sword. And considered in particular because of what Dr. Thaddeus said. There's something to this blade, but it still remains a secret to you. For now, go ahead.
The thought he had was kind of, there's something he just kind of wondered about and wondered, how he's approaching everything. And he kind of questioned for a moment, like, he just felt the sword and just wondered about it.
Right. Then with that, say the week continued onward. And one day, you all received the newspaper, as per usual, and it speaks of recent events. One in particular that you're very connected to. Up north in Tudors, there has been reports of conflict. It seems that after a 30-year peace, the once great Northern Empire is going to war. The combatants are yet unknown by the public in other regions, but the sudden tension and conflict has many people wondering if the new High Chief Sigmund will be as good a leader as his predecessor was. As you're reading this, go ahead.
I'll just, I guess, who's reading it?
Who wants to be reading it?
Jacob's just interested in the funny pages, honestly.
Right.
I can imagine Resko would be like going through it and then eventually he gets to it.
I feel like Resko's digging pretty deep into that book.
Alright, then we shall say it is actually Vought who is reading this paper.
See that?
And he says to you all, haven't you all been going to Tudors lately? What do you think of this Sigmund character?
He's honestly a great guy. I can't really see him going to war over no reason.
He's certainly
Very
better than the guy who came before him.
Pretty concerning if there's some kind of war going on there. The whole idea was peace.
Well, the way this
Everyone
paper
must be.
phrased it, the last guy was really good. Didn't have any problems in 30 years. Do y'all know what happened to the last king up there?
He was a jerk.
Oh, he was an asshole.
He headed in a different direction.
I think
His
it would
goal
be
was
better for
separation.
me if I don't ask any more questions about that. Go ahead, Jacob.
His goal was to separate everyone, make everyone who's not human a lesser class.
That's no good. Well, I'm glad he looks at Blink and he says, in quotation, went in a different direction.
Yeah, it was headed that way regardless.
Out of character, we totally committed a war crime.
So as Vought is reading this paper and hands over the funny page to Jaco, there, as you well are familiar with, comes a knock at your door. And because you didn't notice the stirring of the dryad that guard the house, you get the feeling that the person at the front door is someone you know.
Why now? I'll return to you shortly, Garfield. And Jacob puts the paper down and goes over to the door.
Resco stares intently, noticing someone else is going to the door for once.
So Jacob, you go to the door, and as you peek out the peephole, you see on the other side the captain of Caladium City Guard, Respite, standing there, his hand crossed behind his back.
Jacob opens the door and lets him in.
So he steps in and he says, "Well, I suppose we can all just get straight down to business. You all are needed again up in Chuchas."
What was that, Respin? You said you're finally gonna pay me?
Respin walks in a little further, bows sees Jacob, and he says, "You know, when the job is well done, you can expect payments from bigger and better people. Why let them be able to say that you've already been paid, right?"
Fair point.
So right then, pack your stuff and let's head up to Chuchas. By
Jacob
let's,
goes-
I mean you all will go there. I am a Caladium City Guard, so
Jacob goes over to the table to pick up the newspaper so he can read the funny pages on the way there.
all right.
I will say in regards to that, sometimes those bigger and better people are just trying to establish their place in the world and don't necessarily have funds to provide.
Of course, but sometimes they have friends who do have fun. What I'm trying to say ultimately is that, remember, you all get paid by a bigger person than I do. I'm just a city guard, but you're working with the kingdom. All right.
Very
And
well.
with that, Respin goes outside, and as he opens the door, leaves it open behind him, you see that he has brought a carriage here. You know where he's going to take you now. The Caladium's teleportation station. So,
Is that
With
guy
the
gonna
clip-
be there?
perhaps, who could say?
Oh my God! It is a real book.
All right.
It's actually a series of real books.
Amazing.
So, the rumbling of the wagon, the clip-clop of the horses. And after a little bit, you arrive, as per usual, at Caladium's teleportation station. Seems Joachim is there, but not able to assist you. He seems predisposed with other matters. However, as you all come in, you'll see the tiefling you met before. Music was his name? And he's sitting there, reading a small book as you come to the door. As you come in, he peeks over the edge of it and he says, "You all are off to settle another mission, correct?
That's the goal.
Will you be needing any assistance this time?"
We could always use more hands.
Yeah.
Great. Finally, I have something I can report back. All right, then. What's the mission this time?
I think we're finding out when we get there, right?
So that's how it's one of those type of affairs. All right,
It
then.
tends to go that way.
So then, Respin walks you all up to the table where the bookish man, bookish is the word I'm looking for. The bookish man sits. And as he sees you all, he pulls something out from under his desk. The symbols, well, you see in front of him a book filled with symbols, glyphs for the teleportation portal. But these ones, they are different from what you're used to. The bookish man says to you all that you all have a special teleportation glyph prepared for you. You'll be going to a bit of a different place when you go up to Chuchas.
Is there a reason for this?
The bookish man, he says, "It's a bit over my pay grade, so alas, I don't get to know."
Yeah, I guess we get that a lot.
A lot of this stuff is really neat to know, huh?
I suppose so.
Who would we go to talk about this before we leave?
Well, this was provided via royal seal, so I suppose you would have to speak with any sort of royal representative who is currently in town.
Is there anyone around here like that?
He takes a look around the room. No, afraid not. In fact, he looks at his book. In fact, we don't even have any teleportation schedules heading up to the castle or within the vicinity of it. And he flipped through the pages. But it seems we did earlier. A gentleman by the name of Iran.
Iran.
That name sounds familiar. DMM.
You all recall Iran as the man who first got you involved with Judith, a official hero of the Oakbrook Kingdom. He was sent more or less as an emissary by the king, a representative, to discuss with you all a plan to help free Judith of the Yamesha threat. He's also a friend of Maud.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Well,
I see.
He
was here earlier, but he has left already. Go ahead, let's go.
If he's the one involved here, I suppose we can trust him. But it just seems it's concerning considering what's the state of Chutis right now.
Indeed, indeed. You know you all are braver than me. I don't think I could do it. And he flips back to a new page. And he begins writing the glyph. And as he does so, you see it sort of sketching around upon the ground beneath you all. And as it finishes, you all are, once again, tossed into that tunnel of magic energy, poured even. A strong sensation as you're poured from where you stand in Caladium to an almost familiar location.
Ruh-roh.
Almost familiar location.
Ruh-roh.
Well, we did take over this spot, so I guess there wouldn't be any lizard people here.
It just allows us to engage.
Jacob looks around. Something about this place is familiar.
Yeah, it's the place that I tried to charm the one lizard lady, remember?
Oh yeah, then I turned into a T-Rex and ate her hands.
You did.
Did you actually eat her hands?
It wasn't. I think he was referring to Echo, but it was the sorceress that was doing all the brain spells.
Oh yeah, you did eat her hands.
Yeah.
As you all arrive,
It was right over here, in fact.
on your heels, Sigmund steps out of one of the tents.
Sigmund, what are you doing out here? Of all
Sigmund
places.
says, it's good to see you all again. Excuse me for such a strange summoning. It was very... He looks at the crudely drawn teleportation section. He says, it was very sudden for me as well. Nevertheless, with the siege in the near future, we have decided to make this place a base of operations. Several, let's say, for future reference, high-ranking officials in this Chutis Empire have taken camp here with me. However, they are currently out doing battle. You see, the plan was to go for an all-out siege, with you all going through the back door. But it seems that information got to the lizard folk, the priesthood of the Meshta, and they decided to attack first. It has forced us to go on the defensive, but our plan, especially today, will allow us to rein in things once again.
That's good. Not good. That's it.
It should be good, but unfortunately, that's going to depend on you all.
Well, thanks for not throwing us.
Sorry, Joker's not on the map.
I don't know if Joker is still present. I'm going to throw him on the map. just in case he is. Actually, we're gonna switch to a different scene in a moment, so back away for now.
Can you NPC him? I mean, PC him? Wait, NPC him, yeah.
Alright, so let me think. Joker in this situation would probably say pushes up glasses. As long as I'm here, it's definitely gonna be a success.
Yeah, that's about right.
Sounds about right, yeah. Including the saying out loud pushing up glasses.
Yeah. So Sigmund says, this all will depend on you all. And I wish that I could say that I could do it myself, but I have to remain here in case any of the other officials report back. It's a simple task. Go ahead.
Before we get into this, I want to ask, do you happen to know if Jaco's mom is doing okay?
Yes, Anastasia. She seems to be fine so far, though. If any person's guess concerning how things currently are going. However, a group called the Suicide Squad has been successfully protecting Pedrua, so I'm willing to believe that everything's okay.
Those guys, okay.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Good enough to get captured.
Hey, you know what? That was Grover's fault.
Yeah.
So Sigmund goes on, he says, so the plan is a simple one. We know there's a blade for the captain. What we've been trying to do is get in contact with them. With the blade feathers control the mountains, and we believe that if we are in contact with them, we will be able to stop the to take control again. The blade feathers are nomadic, though. They move around the mountain. However, some of our people have reported seeing a camp and flying person going in that direction. What I would like you all to do is go to that camp, speak to them, see if we can get an audience, and perhaps see if they can agree to assist us.
Jaco kind of clutches, or he kind of puts his fingers on the pendant around his neck and just kind of looks down in thought. Is it finally time to meet them?
I'll put a hand on his shoulder.
I don't know if I'm ready.
I think that's the thing about life. You never really know when you're ready. Things just happen, and that's what makes us ready. It's just circumstance.
Jaco looks to Resco and to Blink. Just kind of somewhat still nervous, but somewhat reassured smile.
No matter what, we're in this together.
Thanks, guys.
Of course.
Nods.
As per usual, all of you, your sense of your bond with each other is encouraging, inspiring.
Speaking of bond and encouragement, who are you going to war against? Is it the lizards?
Yes, it's the priesthood of your master.
Okay.
War is a strong way to refer to it. It's been a few skirmishes here and there, nothing all out, but I imagine to outsiders, it may seem particularly different from how my father had things before with his, and he says with quotation marks, lack of wars.
Caladium seems to form it to be a very terrible thing you're doing here.
Well,
they're making it seem like it's this giant war that's going to have lasting consequences. That was actually okay, out of character. That was really poor phrasing. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. He says, not a giant war, but probably lasting consequences nevertheless. Still, whatever you're hearing in the Caladium paper, I can assure you, at least I'm confident that I can assure you that it's not as bad as things sound. After all, I'm still alive, right? Or maybe...
always make things worse.
Indeed.
That's the press for you.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of encounters did you have? Was it just lizard folk, or did they seem to have anything up their sleeves?
Wait.
You reported similar things before, but some of our most dangerous opponents have been ones that can transform themselves into demons. However, they aren't the only things we've had to deal with. It's been strange, and he thinks about it. You might think me all. You all might think me a fool for what I'm about to suggest, but the lizard folk that I encountered, they were different from your normal lizard folk. Some of them were wolf-like. Some of them were squirrel-like. Some of them even moose-like.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps they have connection with the Great One.
Something about that's very strangely familiar.
Yes. It has made the battles interesting in certain cases, where you go in expecting it to go a certain way, but because of these new beast-like, and it's strange to think they're already lizard folk, but nevertheless, these beast-like appearances come with a bit of extra power, and our forces have had trouble here and there. But for the most part, I'm confident enough to say that we've been a victor in most of the situations.
So the demons, is there any tactics you've come up for dealing with them?
In fact, yes.
Or even during their transformation?
In fact, yes. The lizard prince that you all met and freed from the jail of Pedrua has been helpful in trying to quell the situation. He wants us to be able to move forward without the lizard folk being seen as an enemy to the rest of Chooches. He had an acquaintance who apparently possesses an ability to counteract the power of what the acquaintance, refers to as the acolyte, and his demonic transformation seems to be one of those powers. I am cautious to say this, because there may be a spy in our midst, but the prince's friend, apparently, he claimed that he has the power to take away the acolyte's abilities from those who are using them. I believe that he'll be a huge assistance in our battle against this Eka person. The Red Prince, and I hope you all can forgive me, but I feel the need to convey this message to you. The Lizard Prince, he believes that he wants you all to take her in alive if possible. He believes there's good in Eka and that she just got led astray.
We can't make any promises. After all, someone with the Yemesha's power could turn and do something while we're not looking.
She's also stubborn.
I imagine
Not as stubborn as some people in our party.
I have been reading a book.
Oh God!
This particular subject.
Sigmund nods sagely, and Music raises a hand and he says, "That Joker, size, shrink him down a little bit." All right, so Music says, "Now, I like a good book as much as the next person, but I'm not sure I understand what significance that I have here."
It's a book about negotiation.
Let's see. Well, hopefully we can negotiate before the blades are being pressed into our necks.
Hopefully.
And Sigmund says, "Very well, then." I don't think those voices are different enough at all. Nevertheless,
Well,
Sigmund says,
to be honest, I don't know if we'll get to a negotiation with her, but the negotiation in the end might just be a negotiation of living or dying.
You know, well, no, never mind. You probably would not appreciate Mama T's negotiation methods. They get the job done, though.
What are those?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Well,
Listens intently.
her favorite, it's an opening statement, she called it. You take the most powerful person and you make an example out of them. There was a priest, a crown priest in Caladium before, and Caladium's pretty close to First Wheel. So Mama T, she had some business there, and she sent someone to deal with that priest in a pretty gruesome way. However, it says something to the priest that follows, some guy named Yauko. So he seems to have dropped off the face of the earth. Is the planet called Earth? We'll say Earth, that's a better word. He seems to have dropped off the face of the earth. Nevertheless, it's like you take the strongest person and, well, let me just put it bluntly. Mama T had it so that their entrails were ripped out and they were tied up with them. So,
Oh,
Lovely.
I didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go.
well, don't let the name fool you. Mama T is cold-blooded and just straight through the throat.
I can adapt that into lesser fatal ways.
Huh?
Out
I'm
of
not opposed
character,
to it. Mhm.
has Jaco met Mama T?
No, the only person
Her
who
red
has
character, right?
no, actually not even. She's from a previous campaign, more or less. Because First Wheel was the location for a previous campaign. However, the only person who would remotely be aware of her is Koiel.
Would Relic be
okay.
familiar of her?
Nope. This was actually Reli's first campaign too. So yeah. But Koiel hasn't met Mama T either. So yeah. The only person who has met Mama T is Music.
Well
Gotcha.
then, let's go make these negotiations. Or whatever we're doing. Sigmund.
Yes. I'm completely game for this. And Sigma says, then the only thing you all have to do, it's not even that far from here, but ascend the mountain for a bit. You'll happen upon a camp. I don't know if they're currently there, but as I said previously, some of our soldiers saw people flying overhead. We presume that some of the Blade Feather soldiers will be there. Speak with them and see if you can convince them to, not hate the rest of us for everything my father has done in all this time.
Well, we could show him his head if you can give it to us.
Alas, that's kind of already been fed to something.
Fair enough.
Nice.
But then Sigmund nods to you all and heads back inside his tent.
Well, no better time like the present, right?
Yeah.
Music nods and he says, I'm the new one around here, so you all be sure to lead the way.
Shall we?
Sure.
What's that?
Let's do it.
You step outside of the camp and you see, as if waiting for you, that busted up wagon you all have been provided with before, and a horse to carry you up to the path.
Hops up for my stealth and just brings out my war bear because I think it might be not war bear, word thingy horse because I think it
War
might be
horse?
faster. Yeah, war horse.
Right.
Starring Tom Hiddleston.
So you see this horse, and it seems strong, but Blink, you get the feeling your horse will serve you all a lot better. So, let me switch to music. So, you summon your horse, strap it to the wagon, and as per usual, you all take off north. Let's see. Give me a moment. I'm looking for a proper song to turn on here. We'll use that one again. Hold on. Are you all?
Is this Celeste?
Yes.
Nice.
Hop aboard your steed and hee-haw into the distance. It takes you a bit, but eventually you make your way based on his map, based on Sigma's map and direction, you make your way to a mountain path.
Oh boy, not again.
You climb up it for a bit, and you see all around you tents sort of strewn about, set up as if whoever had them will be returning. But otherwise, the area is empty.
Psst, where are we?
You are a little, well, let's say, taking the stand. Oh, sorry, you're on the map right now. Let's say you're right here. You all left your horse down below and started climbing up the mountain.
I will unsummon it just in case I need it.
Alright. As you do that, when you climb up the mountain, Music looks at you all and he says, so, in the future, could we avoid the strenuous activity part of the quest?
That's the fun of it. I know. I mean, I could have summoned a lizard, but it's more fun to just climb up there. Show the blade feathers that we're not pushovers.
I, for one, am not afraid to be looked at as a pushover.
Yeah, Mr. Nya.
Negotiation.
Oscar, you're out of it.
Yeah.
Say again?
Sunrosco is not on the map.
I know.
And now there's Joker.
Help Joker out. I don't know how present he is.
There he is.
Appearance is all part of the negotiation.
The Music, he takes a look around. He says, well, I understand that, but who, pray tell, shall we be negotiating with? I don't exactly take a good look around. See anyone around here?
Perception.
I'm gonna roll perception too.
Alright. Rascal,
18?
you don't really notice anything. Jacob, you do. There are shadows cast over this area. And you thought, as you were climbing up here, that they were from clouds. Well, there's something strange about those clouds. In particular, they circle like buzzards over your head.
That's ominous.
What?
Guys, look up.
Okay, I'm looking up.
As you look up, you see them too. From where you all, especially you, Blink, from where you all were below, the Music see it. Let's see.
Did Music have a bad perception roll?
No, he's good. That was a 15. So, you all look up and you see clouds, billowing clouds, circling over your head. Except, as you look at them now, realize these aren't actually clouds. They seem more like smoke wrapped into the form of cloud. And as you look upon them, the forms are kind of changing. They start as smoke and then they're taking a more recognizable shape. Humanoids with wings and a long tail. And your first thought, as Music says, perhaps these are the blade feathers we're looking for. Your first thought is, oh, Arakokra. And then these figures, they dive bomb towards you all. And 5 of them surround you. I'm getting a moment to jog 5
Hello.
on the map.
Oh.
Oh, piss.
What the hell do you guys want?
So, you find yourself surrounded by 5 lizard folk. They seem standard. There's no tattoo that may make them transform. No, you rethink that. They don't seem standard. These lizard folk have wings. Wings like a bird.
Are the wings replacing their arms, or do they have arms and wings?
The arms and wings, yes. The wings are coming out the back, and they're flapping as they hover around you, each one wielding a weapon.
And what do you guys want?
The lizard folk who leads them. Leads because he lands a bit away from the rest of them. He says, so, Sigmund has sent more people up the mountain. Perhaps you're looking for the blade feathers, right? Unfortunately for you all, well, by the time they get back here, you won't be around to meet them.
So you're trying to pick us. You're trying to pick us off before they get back here?
We got a smart one here.
So why don't you just, I don't know, fight them? What, are you afraid of them or something?
We'll get to them, but we gotta make sure they don't get any wrong idea about how things are going in Jute. When he said that, he draws the scimitar. And Muse looks at you all and he says, do you all normally get into fights this fast?
Sometimes faster.
Oh, well. And he looks at the situation he's in and he says, well, there's no better time like the present. And with that, you all know how this goes. Roll for initiative.
Jacob's like, enough of this! And draws his weapons. Hell yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about this?
I know, I have a friend who knows this little ability called Speak with Dead. So, I'll consider talking to you after you're at the dead part of things.
Damn, that's actually a really good comeback.
That's a good line.
That really is.
Damn, alright. Fucking destroyed.
I think our tiefling might be useless.
He's definitely gonna. He's not in the best spot he could be in.
Well, it's a good thing I'm first. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Probably. Let's see.
I mean, nothing without alert can't be before me, I don't think.
Let's see. Yes, you have it. No problem. No big deal. So we gotta roll one. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, 217. That's 23.
Damn, okay.
A 25.
Well, damn.
What the fuck?
And a 16.
Cool, so they go before half of us.
Yeah,
I think they just came here prepared.
Joker. You want to roll for initiative?
Say what?
Roll for initiative.
How did I get in this situation?
Say what?
Well, you see, you all climbed the mountain together, here to look for the blade feathers. You noticed clouds overhead, but you didn't think anything of them at first until you really got up the mountain.
Well, I didn't climb this mountain.
Yes, you did, sir.
I certainly didn't. I'm still down below.
Oh, hell no.
All right, well, as Joker runs away from that, we'll say that he was looking up the mountain as you all climbed. Who knows what was going through his mind? Regardless, you find yourselves outnumbered now.
Thanks, man.
What you should be saying is thanks, DM.
No, sir.
Who made this character?
You're the one who ran away.
I was never there in the first place.
So let's see. We need battle music.
Also, Jacob's doing Know Your Enemy right away, so once a minute passes, give me them deets.
Understood. In fact, I'll even give them to you beforehand that you spotted them in the sky.
So did you have any plans for the music?
Nope. You know me, I just grab whichever battle themes comes to my mind first.
I could throw some at you.
Hit me.
But these don't last too long. 10 minutes worth, maybe.
This should be... I'll throw in multiple so that
okay.
It's not too jarring. So, Joker, as you stand there at the bottom of the mountain, you notice as the clouds circling overhead certainly shoot down toward where you believe your allies to be standing.
Wait, is this Joker?
Joker is there. He's just, not up there.
Man, who let my high ass play this shit, bro?
So
no.
Come on, Joker, don't be a little bitch.
All right. So then, all right.
Somebody called me a bitch and I didn't even realize it.
I'm going to turn the music on for now while I wait for Resco's other song. And say that the initiative starts with you, Blink.
Alright, so refresh me on my Toladin's Javel thing. Like,
throw it? Go ahead.
Do they immediately get pulled into it, or do I have to throw it in a way that they would, like, be on the outskirts so they can get pulled in?
The way that works is that if they are touching... Well, okay, so the arena goes out, energy spreads around you, and anything inside the arena cannot pass through the outer wall. If the outer wall is touching them, they are pulled in.
Okay,
So,
okay.
The 2 songs I sent you go in order.
All right. I'll reorganize the type list so that they can go in order. And then go that there. You then also throw that. And now we have a queue going. So right. Go ahead, Blink.
I will throw my javelin right there, just so that I could, like, keep these 2 from attacking our tiefling.
Alright, so as your javelin strikes down, the energy erupts out of it, and the 2 there are pulled into the arena. As this happens, music whispers, "Oh, Father, thank the gods."
I figured as much.
And what next, Blink?
I will, of course, use that to get close to the, use 2 more influence to get close to the leader here.
Alright.
And swing like a madman.
Alright, let's do it.
1.
Hold on, let me look at the armor classes. Remind myself. Alright, that's definitely it. That just hit. That does not hit. That does not hit. That hit. That hit. Alright, where's my calculator? Huh? Alright, that's 23 plus 16 plus 20. Oh my, was that the life? Not quite, but he almost there.
Oh wow, okay. Maybe I'm going a little bit too strong here. And I'll have my turn.
Alright, so you throw your javelin down the arena. The energy erupts out and pulls them in. You blink into the dagger. With your sword drawn and your eyes aglow, you channel Toladin's fury. You come at this lizard folk, and he is noticeably caught off guard. He is used to fighting, but he had never fought anything like this, and nothing like the fury and speed you attacked him with. He suffered 59 damage, and you can see as your onslaught ends that he is looking a little rough.
Oh yeah.
With that, who are we going to? We go to the one closest to Jacob. Wait, no, we don't. We go to the one to your other side, Blink, and he steps closer to you. With his scimitar, he's going to attack you twice. So, the first attack. The 22 hits you.
Nope, that's the wrong number. Thank God I got the armor.
Alright. The second attack, another 22. So, he watches you go in lightning fast, slashing at his ally, and he tries to follow up. But as if the energy, at least the speed is still flowing through, you simply swim out of the way of his blade.
Bring it on!
The one nearest to Jaco, let's see how close Jaco is. Alright, he's gonna flap his wings, Jaco. He's gonna fly over and land down next to you. And he says,
You know, I haven't got a chance to kill a blade feather yet.
And you won't.
With that, he takes a swing. He takes a swing. 16 and 21.
The 16 misses, the 21 hits.
Alright, so he misses you with his first slash, but the second comes around, and you take 10 points of slashing damage.
Piss.
As his blade draws blood from you, you realize it's your turn to strike.
Oh, hell no, motherfucker. Let's do it. Jaco's going to activate his new ability with his sword, turning into a great sword.
Alright.
So, am I reading this right? The D12 is the radiant damage, so basically the radiant damage doubles?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. How do I want to go about this? Do I just want to start cutting? Okay, I'm going to go for a disarming attack first. So, let's roll for that. That is a plus strength. That's a 20.
Alright, that definitely hits.
Okay. Now, let me just pull up my sword and get an idea of what I'm doing here. So the 1d10 plus strength, that stays the same. Okay, so that's... wait, 0 is 10, right?
Yes.
So 13 of regular slashing damage.
Alright.
And then... Oh my god, 3d12. This is going to be nuts. I'm going to actually pull up a little notepad file so I can keep track of this, so it's going to be really hard.
Alright, take your time.
Okay. That first swing isn't great. That's a little better. And that's a fucking 12. Okay, so that's 12, 18, and 20.
Alright, so that's 33 points of damage.
33 damage total, yeah.
So, if he draws blood for you...
The first
go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Go do your flavor.
So, as he draws blood from you, you decide you can do it a lot better than that. You call forth the power. You channel this radiant energy, and your long sword becomes a great sword, beaming bright. You take your slash, and you see it in his face as the damage hits him. Just the damage of the steel itself hitting him. And he's hurt. But no, not just hurt. He is shocked as the radiant energy hits him as well. And he reels a little. He has dealt 33 points of damage.
But he's still alive.
He stands, nevertheless.
So, oh wait, that was a disarming attack.
Oh yeah, disarming attack. So that disarms him, doesn't it?
He has to, if he has to make a strength saving throw. That beats 15.
Let's give it a go. An 11. So
he's disarmed.
With this mighty great sword, he comes. Let's say before your blade hit him, he tried to block it, tried to stop it, but you hit with such force that his swords are knocked out of his hand. You then do the damage to him. He is disarmed. He stands there, your opponent, and vulnerable. But at the end of your attack, no, you have a second attack.
I do have a second attack. And if I really wanted to, I'm probably not going to, because I feel like if I land the second one, he's probably going to die. But if I really wanted to, I could use a bonus action to do a third attack. So
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wild how this shit works. Sorry, I'm just kind of coming to grips with the fact that holy shit, that's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Jaco's just going to make another swing.
All right, go ahead.
And that is a 10, so that's not going to hit, is it?
No, it is not.
Damn,
so you lift your sword to bring it down again, and disarm. He can't block. He doesn't try. Instead, move out of the way as the sword cuts down. With that, does that end your turn?
Oh, I'm trying to think of what I want to do. So I have to, let's see, do I have to, damn it, I have to hit, okay. Alright, I don't know, I think like, alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna try again.
Alright, go for it.
15?
Just misses.
Damn it!
So you draw your sword back again and come swing once more, and he's low, so he stays low, pulls himself lower, and manages to just duck it as it swings around. With
Jaco
that,
just kind of curses quietly.
alright, and with that, we go to the one you attacked, Blink, and he's looking at you, reeling from the damage you've done. He says,
I've seen this power before.
Really? Would you like to die by it?
I may die by it, but it's going to come back and bite you.
with that, he decides to attack you.
I don't like the way he said that.
21 and 11.
Nope, that's the wrong number.
Alright, so both times he tries to attack you, and his attack misses. He glares at you nevertheless, and he's going to, give me a moment. Let me see where it is. It's in here somewhere.
Now, you said you had a friend that can speak to the dead. Would he be around here somewhere?
Alright, I was looking for something. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna end his turn there. We're then gonna go to the little folks standing right here. He's gonna fly up and land down next to Muse.
Poor Muse.
Music, sorry. And he lands next to Music. He says,
I smell somebody who prefers to stay as far away from Blade as they can.
and Music says, I'll have you know, I cook regularly. To which the little folk says,
Well, I hate to tell you this, but you're on the menu tonight.
and so he's gonna attack Music. Oh, crap. Let me see Music. Oh, those both hit.
Oh god, no.
So, he raises the sword and comes at Music. The first hit cuts in, and you see the look of horror on his face as Music suffers 8 points of damage. Then the second one comes around with more feather, and a critical hit sinks into him. And he suffers 16 points of damage. 24 in total. And he said, and he sputters a bit and he says, I promise you, I do not make a good meal. And as he says that, he's going to use Hellish Rebuke. On this lizard folk. He has to make a dexterity save. And he fails it. So, as the second blade cuts through Music's skin, he responds with a hellish rebuke that spews fire out from his body and does to the lizard 22 points of damage.
Hellish Rebuke's fucking awesome.
Yes, it is. Nevertheless, music same thing. Unfortunately.
Is that a race exclusive power?
I believe it's a spell as well. It's only their racial trait here, but you can learn it as a spell too.
Neat.
With that, Joker, a battle has started up the mountain, and you recall you have a quest to complete. Joker, do you want to climb the mountain?
There's no Joachim. None of us use magic.
How much HP these monsters got, man?
One of them is looking rough. One of them is about, let's say, half. Less than half, actually. Another is half.
Somebody attacked me, right?
Yep.
Like the one pretty low.
The one that attacked you is less than half. The one that Blink attacked is the one that's... Sorry. The one that Blink attacked is
just
less
point
than
and
half.
use markers.
Yeah, this one is less than half. This one is just about half.
Well, I don't have any movement to get up there.
Here's what I'm gonna have you do, Joker. I would like you to roll, since you probably throw your daggers anyways. Go ahead and roll a d20. Just a standard d20. All right, Joker. You throw your d20. Sorry, you don't throw your d20. You throw your dagger at the nearest point in the wall you can see, and it sticks fast, and you leap up there and cling to the side of the wall. You still have a ways to go before you get up that mountain. Resco. One of the lizard folk flaps his wings and lands behind you or beside you, and he whispers,
"You know, the ones who want to talk are usually the ones who are the weakest."
Alright, so
I find it to be quite different. They're the ones that fight the hardest for peace, the hardest for change, and they're willing to sacrifice everything.
Then do me a favor. Tell me what my blade says as it cuts into you.
I'm sorry, I don't have that ability.
What a shame. He attacked you twice. The first one misses. It was a 10. The second one is a critical blow. You take 5. It was a 28. A natural 20 to make a 28. Yikes. So you take 10 points of damage.
Alright.
Alright. Not horrible. You do it.
I like how Resto and I both have, like, our one-on-one opponents are, like, come right before us in the turn order.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good as far as the narrative goes.
How much HP did you say? 10 or something more?
You took 10 points of damage, yes. So,
been a minute yet.
I will say it has been just long enough for you, out of DM's kindness, it's been just long enough for you to know these opponents. Other than
you are too kind.
The wings that let them fly. Because, you know this, and I just post that in blue. These are who you're up against.
Ah, okay. Oh, cool! You can just take. You can actually. It actually shows like a preview of like their stats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of neat. That's really handy, actually.
Absolutely.
They're a lot stronger than I thought they were.
Despite how little damage they're doing. Nevertheless, Resco, it is your turn.
You know, the people that pick on the people that they think are the weakest usually are the weakest.
Is this the part where you hit me and I'm supposed to cry in pain?
I'm not interested in you crying in pain, but I thought it would be a good review. No?
No.
Maybe maybe next time. Let's see. And I'm going to find it. I'm gonna try to hit him with this.
All right. And that was a crit. So, I'm going to say with that crit.
I think that's a fourth crit, actually.
Wait, what now?
Was it a fourth crit?
Yeah, because it was 15 plus 5.
That might have something to do with this monk ability.
Oh, really?
Maybe. I don't think so.
I'm set to normal roll.
All right.
There's something else that I don't know about.
Then it probably does have something to do with your monk ability. So long as it's set to normal roll, I'll say then that he does not get the chance to fight against the entanglement as you wield your staff against him. You strike him.
Wait,
you do.
It does say force critical hits. I was looking at the type of roll.
All right. Go ahead and roll that again.
All right. That was it.
Watch it gets another crit.
That'd be great.
Like an actual crit.
Let's see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong page. The lizard book.
Something I've just noticed is like that they didn't do a whole lot of damage that first time around, so they're just kind of like a whole lot of muscle, but not a lot of power.
Mm-hmm. All right, that does hit. So, with your staff of entanglement, you strike at the lizard folk, and as you do so, he takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and the brambles come out of the ground. The roots come up out of the ground and wrap around him. He's going to try and strength save against it.
Okay.
What is your spell DC?
My spell DC is... Get this text bucket out of the way. Spells. 17.
All right, then he fails that. So as the roots come up, he is entangled, bound by these roots as hard as iron. He can't move. With that, go ahead.
Sorry, I just noticed something. I didn't read it. I didn't notice this when I read it. I actually am supposed to add the superiority die. I'm actually supposed to roll that and add the damage add that to my damage. So I'm going to do that real quick.
Yep, by all means.
I totally missed that. I know I'm totally interrupting the flow of time here. That's an extra 9 damage.
All right, that is absolutely good. So he goes down to that value.
Hey,
And what was I doing?
I have a question.
What's up, friendo?
Is this Persona 4 music, man?
No, this is Xenoblade Chronicles 2 music.
Fuck. Okay.
Give me a moment. I'm currently looking at this spell, cause it's been a while since I used a spellcaster. All right. So, Resko, was at the end of your turn.
Let's see.
This music's in Smash, isn't it?
It probably is, but it's just from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
That is normal action. And I'll use an unarmed strike as my bonus action.
All right. That unfortunately misses. So they'll say as the roots come up out of the ground. Actually, no. He's bound, so roll that with advantage.
Okay. So just having it set to just, what do you call it, type of rolls set to advantage will do it, right? Okay.
Yes. Do you still have your armor on, Resco?
I do. Mostly because I forgot to take it off.
Let's see. I don't know. He knows what he's going to do now.
Turn that back to... What is quick roll areas, by the way?
Quick roll area? I could not say.
Okay.
Let's see. To Google.
I was just asking because I saw it, like, it checked here.
I'm about to beat Blink's ass, dang.
I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, cool. What did Blink do exactly that makes you feel like you need to assault him?
Look at the server, bro.
It's true.
What did I miss?
Alright, so basically what happened was Joker had posted how much sugar is in like all the drinks you consume. So I came up with the ingenious idea of just telling the cashier to have it with no sugar.
There you go, Joe.
Damn.
It's big brain
That's
move,
like-
I know.
Live in the fucking year 3020.
Yeah, I'd like a Coke. Can I get that with no sugar, please?
Just let's just practice some alchemy and you can get it for yourself.
There you go.
You know, I'm the state alchemist, right?
Not that kind of alchemy, real alchemy.
I actually was thinking about real alchemy until he said something. I was like, oh yeah, I guess we could do that too.
Okay, so quick roll just has apparently something to do with your roll goal. If there's a banner, an ad banner, and it's just the Beyond 20 thing, so nothing to worry about.
Okay.
All right. So with that, as he's standing there, bound by these iron-like ropes, you come up to him, Esco, and hit him one good time in the face, dealing 1 extra point of damage. I will also say, all right, yeah. Do you still have your armor on? The one that Joachim gave you.
Is it too late to say that I'm not working it?
I will say for this turn, yes, but for the next one, sure.
Alright.
Because I don't feel like recalculating the damage.
Oh, that's fine. I just, honestly, I forgot
Totally
to change
fair.
it for the campaign.
Alright, so, with that, Resco, Music looks at his opponent and he says, you know, there are steps preparing the meal. First, you should say a word of grace. As he does that, he's going to spend 1 sorcery point to quicken cast. Give me one, I got to spend that sorcery point. And he's going to use that so that he can quicken cast. Where is it? Where is it? Word of Radiance. Oh, that is not a high damage at all. I don't know if he could have cast it at a higher level, but still. He's going to quicken cast the Word of Radiance, and the lizard have to wail a Constitution save.
When the DM plays against himself.
Indeed. And the lizard succeeds and says, well, grace has been said. And Music says, yes, well, I think it should cool down a bit before we consider what meal should be had tonight. And so he's going to cast He's going to cast Snillix Snowball Swarm.
That's
Oh
new.
my god, he's a pun master.
Let me look at something. I was gonna look at. Alright, he's gonna cast that. He's not gonna use the sorcery point this time, alright? He's gonna cast Snillix Snowball Swarm. Cast, alright. Dexterity save of 15. Oh yeah, that's I'm always in whisper.
Did you say snowball swarm?
Yep, one moment. Like, I got you. Alright, there we go. Perhaps that's Snillox instead of Snillix. Let's see it.
That's
Nevertheless,
the way I saw it.
the lizard man has to roll a dexterity save. Alright, he fails that. So he takes 14 points of cold damage.
Fresco turns his head a little bit, overturns there, and he just says, "Ice."
Alright, yes, quiet.
Jacob face palms.
Hold on, let me see. Alas, that doesn't do anything else for him. So he said, you know, to be frank with you, I don't prefer to stay right here, but so could you not attack me if I before he can finish that sentence, the lizard just starts shaking his head. And
No.
it says, yes, I didn't think so. With that, Blink, is it your turn?
Lizards have climbing speeds of like 10, right?
I don't know how climbing speed works. Give me a moment.
Is it not similar
These
to
ones have
Pokemon?
wings, so they'll probably circumvent climbing and go for flying.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna teleport up here and expend 2 more things.
All right.
And then I'm just gonna cast some Eldritch Blast down there at the one I was attacking before.
All right, go ahead. 15 feet of climbing speed, apparently.
Ah, crap! I forgot about this. Ignore the. Yeah. These are gonna be -3 because I didn't clear this with you before I even did it.
All right.
Oh well, I didn't hit anyway.
Indeed. So
Okay.
that first one goes wide,
Oh no.
real wide, and it hits music in the back.
Oh
4
no.
points of damage.
Oh god.
I'm sorry, music.
Hold on. I forgot how much health he had before. Give me a moment.
Not a lot now.
Where were you at, music? I have not numbered these. Oh, let me see. That one is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fourth one. That's the fourth time one attacked. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So basically, what I was like trying to tell you was like, I accidentally put one of my specialties on false life. Like it gave me the false life spell, but I wanted it to go on the one that gives me my charisma modifier on my Eldritch Blasts. So I wanted to clear that up with you before this campaign, but I completely forgot about it.
Alright, no problem. Alright, music. You just took
Okay,
that.
cool.
That is 16. So he took 24 points of damage. Oh, he's looking a little rough, especially after
Uh-oh.
that Eldritch Blast.
Oh no.
Oh god. What have you done?
I'm sorry, music.
So as he stands there, this lizard folk encroaching upon him, he is suddenly struck in the back of his head by an Eldritch Blast and takes 4 points of force damage.
I'm sorry.
You see his head turning for a bit. It's clear that he wants to turn around and see who did it, but he doesn't want to let his eyes leave the lizard folk.
He'll just hear a sorry from the distance.
Blink.
You
What
killed
do you do now?
Church King feeling fucktard?
Shoot, why not? I'm gonna take up my crossbow. Well, no, I can't do that. Never mind. Nothing. Enter.
All right. With that, then we go to the lizard folk whom you teleported away from. He turns his head, sees you upon this perch, knows where you are from the trajectory of your crossbow. I mean, you're not crossbow, but your Eldritch Blast. And so he flaps his wings and flies up towards you. When he lands, he takes his swings.
Hello there.
Hello.
21 and 19. I assume neither of those hit you.
Nope.
All right. So both of his swings miss. And he says, goodbye.
It very well may be, good friend.
With that, we go to the one that was fighting Jaco. Looking a little rough for wear. He's still.
Oh, are you all friends already?
Looking a little rough for wear. He's still determined to have his first taste of a blade feather kill. And he strikes you, Jaco, twice. Oh, right. No, he doesn't, because he was disarmed.
Yeah.
So rather
now,
than trying to
motherfucker.
strike you with his scimitar, he's going to take some bites at you.
Oh, fucking rude.
12 and 27.
What the fuck?
Y'all can see those now, so I don't have to give you the number.
Also, that's not an actual critical. That was a 19.
Oh.
No, he's a champion.
Fine.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Well, the first one missed by a long shot, but... Alright. 7 damage. Okay.
Alright. So we'll
I can
say
read.
he starts by trying to swing his sword, but remember he doesn't have them. Goes to bite you instead. The first one misses as you back out of the way. The next one comes in and he bites down hard in your shoulder. As he reeled back, his teeth now covered in blood, he says, there's a sweet taste to blade feathers. With that,
Jaco's
Go ahead.
clutching his shoulder.
oh, that's what I'm gonna say. With that, it comes to your turn, Jaco.
So Jaco clutches his shoulder as he winces with pain, and looks back towards this lizard fuck with this kind of like I'm gonna fuck you up energy, and with that kind of energy, he's going to go for a menacing attack.
All right, go for it.
Get your kanji ready. Ah, hell yeah, 21.
All right, that definitely hit.
Okay. I have to do this first. Forgive me. This is required. Okay. Now to actually roll damage. I am mature.
It's fine. It is absolutely fine.
Menacing.
And excuse me as I eat food in the background.
There is no excuse. I mean, go ahead. Okay. So is it 5 turns or 5 of my turns?
5 of your turns.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. Because if it was just 5 regular turns, it would have not been a greatsword anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which would have made me the big sad. All right. So he does 6 regular damage,
All right.
and then here come the three radiant slashes. That is, oof, that's a good one. There's 11. Another 9. Oh my god. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. That is 30 radiant damage.
All right.
36 total. Fuck him up.
What's that then? He pulls his teeth out of your flesh, licks his lips, and says what he says. You feel this rage boiling up inside you.
Also, he has to make a wisdom throw. Wisdom
All right,
save.
yes. Let me do that real quick.
Come on, fail, fail, fail.
All right, there you go. So
Menacing.
he can feel this terror rolling off of you, and you see it in his eye, that urge to step back, but he can't do it. He won't be fast enough. You come in and attack, and yes, he feels the cold of your steel, but then also the heat of that radiant damage. And as you strike into him, you can see. Quick math. You can see
That was a meaty hit.
you have sent him to death's door.
Oh man, he's at the door and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All he has to do is knock. All right, well, let's put him the rest of the way through the door.
All right.
Going for just a regular attack, probably. Actually, I really want to make this work. I really want this to work. What is I forget. Is okay. The superiorized short rest. Oh man, that's kind of broken. Okay. Going to go for a precision attack. Oh, fucking never mind. I don't even need the precision part. I rolled a nat 20.
All right, then that definitely does it. How do you finish him?
You're not going to make me roll, are you?
Nope.
All right. Okay, so he's going to die regardless of what I do. First, Jaco runs him through with the sword.
All right.
Straight center mass. And just get like right up to his face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like face to face.
So
He's going.
go ahead and finish. I'll narrate afterwards.
All right. So Jaco gets runs through with the sword, gets right up to his face, and he whispers. He actually gets right past to his face, whispers in his ear hole, "You'll deserve these wings." Yanks the sword out, spins the guy around, and grabs one wing, hacks it off. Other wing, hack it off. And as he's there, writhing in pain, most likely screaming, "Decapitation!"
All right. And with that, we'll say, as you see the fear of you fill his eyes, you get another idea. Another way to sort of cement that fear into him. As you drive your great sword through his body, all the way down to your hip. Just close enough. You to get into his ear. And whisper. You're feeling about those wings of his. You rip your sword back out of him and turn him around. And with a heavy swing, you take the wings
Actually, cut
off.
out the decapitation. I feel like he should bleed out.
All right. And yes, you spin him around with a heavy swing. You take the wings off. He lets out a high-pitched hissing scream and writhes there on the ground for a moment until some part of him just can't take it anymore. All right. That's why I mark him for dead.
Oh, that felt good.
With that, we go to the other lizard folk.
It seems like you guys aren't making as good of friends as Blink is.
The one Blink was attacking, he presses his hand against the wall, trying to reach for music, but seeing that there is no give, he flaps his wings and flies over to you, Blink. As he flies overhead, he swings down at you.
Hello there.
What?
Hello.
18 and 25.
Ah, damn it. You know what? Nope.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna be. I'm dying.
Please don't die.
And but Especially not in this situation. You haven't actually taken any damage yet.
We're gonna react with Shield of Faith.
Alright. And then...
Just a flex on these guys.
Alright. So he flies up and swings at you. The first swing misses, but he comes back around and swings down again. And as he does so, your Shield of Faith bounces his blade away from you. He lands beside his ally, and he says, "It'll be goodbye in moments coming."
Is he saying that to me or his brother?
To you.
I mean, his friend.
To you.
Do I have any missions going on, or?
You have to slay 3 evil enemies.
I wanted to toy with them, but I guess I can kill them.
With that... Oh, wait. Yeah, he already attacked twice. So, yeah. That was his turn. Music probably isn't going to have too much luck. His acquaintance says, You know, I prefer my meals to be a bit on the fresh side. There's something nice when there's that warm, coppery taste to the meat. And as he said that, he's going to take it to swipe. The first one hit, the second one misses. So, the first one cuts into music. And as it does so, he sputters a bit and he says, Your cutting technique is atrocious. With that, he's able to squirm away as the next attack comes around. But in the lizard folk, he says, When they're alive, the way you cut them, it adds an extra bit of flavor to the meat. With that, Joker, you are climbing the mountain. Go ahead and roll another d20.
That's a lot of work, man.
Well, somebody decided they stayed down the mountain while everyone else went up.
I didn't do that right.
No, you didn't. All right. That's not right either, Joker.
D29. Just create a dice.
An F29. There you go. All right, Joker. Now, this time as you toss your dagger, you manage to toss it over the ledge and make it to the top with your allies. You find yourself beside a lizard folk. You've already used your bonus action. What do you do? This lizard
How
folk,
much
for the
HP
record,
you got?
they have a sizable amount,
Man,
and he is bound by iron-like roots.
That's
Wait a
advantage
minute.
on attacks, right?
Yep.
I mean, I didn't get to summon y'all or activate my potion, bruh.
Indeed. You went down the mountain, so you had to climb it.
Goes back down the mountain.
You're already up the mountain, buddy. So, the lizard folk, he stands there, bound by iron-like roots. You have advantage, Joker. What do you do?
Fuck. Just fuck.
All right, that definitely hits.
Yeah. I
And
get
that also
5
hit.
extra damage.
Which sneak attack are you applying?
That first one.
All
I
right,
get
Joker.
5 damage on my second hit.
All right, Joker. So, you bounce off the mountain, and your dagger lands in a favorable position. You find yourself standing behind a lizard folk, bound by Resco's magical brambles. You, being the type of person to seize the opportunity by burying your rapier in his flesh. You do at first 28, then 20 points of damage, for a total of 48.
Yeah.
As you do this, and you draw your sword back, you can see it. The look of roughness in his eyes.
He attacked before, right?
Yes. In fact, he attacked Resco.
Good.
When was that? We actually come to that lizard's turn. The Joker's blade cuts into him. He continues to fight against the iron-like roots. Shrimp save. A 20. Oh, you can all see that. So, he's fighting until he snaps the roots and is able to free himself. But that's his turn. Resca, it comes to you.
All right. I'm gonna go over to, let's see. Find a tab. Right. It counts as an action to disengage, right? Or is that a bonus action?
That is a bonus action.
Okay. So was he still tied down?
No, he is currently broken free.
Okay. So bonus action. Okay, I'll use my bonus action to disengage. And go over to where music is. And heal. Okay. Cast Mass Cure Wounds.
When you come up to him, you place a hand on his shoulder. Well, let's see. Okay.
So
Mass
this
Room
will-
doesn't actually require you to touch him. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it'll heal all my party around here for that.
Alright then. Blink is unharmed.
Mhm.
Jaco, you get healed 18 points of damage.
Ah, hell yeah, brother.
Resco. Joker, you are unharmed. Music, get healed for 18 points of damage.
Pick up the
And
full
as you-
health.
And as you heal him, he says to his Lizardman opponents, proper cooking requires you make sure you are careful with your ingredients.
Just fuck already.
And two chefs working together, he just stands next to him. Says, makes a meal that's beyond brilliant.
Yeah. Was that? Wait. Was that the end of your turn, Resco?
Yes.
All right. Then the timing was perfect because as you say that, and the music says here, he decides it's time to be a bit more favorable to himself. First, he's going to blow. Hold on, give me a moment. Where is it? There you go. He's going to blow another sorcery point to quicken cast mage armor upon himself. So first, he's going to do that. What I want to do is hit display MVTT. So, that brings his armor from the 11 it's currently at. Oh, his dexterity modifier is not high. Nevertheless, his armor is now 14. So, he's feeling a bit confident about himself. With that, he's going to cast upon. Well, he's going to blow another for sorcery point. It's twin cast. Give me a moment. Blowing the sorcery point. And twin spells have to be as many based on their based on the spell level. So you can give me what a move. Alright, so he's going to. Oh my. Alright,
he uses it at that level, yeah. But if he uses it at that level instead, alright, he'll use them both at 4th level, spending a total of 8 sorcery points. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so, his body is just engulfed in his sorcerous energy. And he casts first. Hold on, give me a moment. I'll have to be at 4th level. He's going to cast. A snowball did not do any damage. What level did he cast it at? No, that wasn't a 3rd level. That was a 2nd. 4th, rather. So let's try it again. Alright. So, we're going to do that. And the lizard folk is going to, the one in front of you, is going to make a save, which is 6. So he's going to take 19 points of damage. And since he twin spelled this, he's going to cast it on the other one standing behind you, your previous opponent, Resto. That one's going to do it. He succeeds. The first one takes 19 points of damage. And that brings him down to, yeah. And the other one, he takes half of 19. 1 moment. And then, yeah, 9 points of damage. As yes, the code covers it, but I may have misread. I don't think he loses 8 sorcery points, but 4 instead. Let me see. Then sorcery points. He was a spell level. Okay, yeah, so he gets 4 of those back. Nevertheless, so he just twin spelled his Snillox snowball swarm and dealt 19 points of cold damage to the one in front of you, and 9 points to the one you previously fought. And as he does this, he says, room temperature is also important for preserving the quality of the meal. Blinky comes to you.
Alright, how much HP is the lowest one at?
He is at, that would be this one, 25.
Oh, I didn't even mean to ask that question. Is he low? That's what I meant to ask. But I'll look at both of them and just kind of tell them, like, so, Eka, are they giving you anything for, doing this?
Eka will lead us into a better future, better than that previous High Chief who subjected our people to horrors.
I see. Have you looked around lately? Have you noticed that, everything's getting a little bit better around here?
How grand! So we should start trusting the humans now, huh? It was grand this decade. Well, it'll be grand the next decade. Then for another 30 years, things will be worse.
I see where you're coming from. But talk is cheap, let's go.
Indeed. Talk is cheap, and I don't have any coin on me.
You are fucking on fire with these lines.
You really are.
With these fucking one-liners, like, you are killing it.
Thank you.
Let's see, is a green flame blade.
Now, when you say talk is cheap, you mean it's invaluable, right? Your rescue say kind of from the background.
just kind of like Resco, not now, man.
I will be aiming at the one who is the weakest right now. Oh god, wow.
That actually hit.
Yeah, but that damage though.
Yeah, not the greatest damage. However, with the 7 plus the 2 plus the 8, you get a total of 6. No. I got this. Okay, 17 points of damage. And what does Green Flame Blade? The fire bounces to another person, or am I thinking of a different spell?
Yes, I made sure it was that one.
Right, great. So, he's going to take 17 points of damage, which puts him on death's door. And his opponent and his acquaintance will take an extra 8 points of damage. And yes, go ahead.
Would you allow me to make an attack, like, I don't know, like just kick him, but have that have enough damage to just kill him?
I will say roll for an attack, and we can say that your finisher could be the kick.
Actually, let's see. Would that be enough to kill him?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't actually. Just short.
Alright, fine, I'll just slash him again. Oh! You know what? No. Hang on, I got this.
Okay.
Where you at? I legitimately can't find it. Hang on.
Guys, I can hear my dad singing upstairs, and it's actually kind of cracking me up a bit.
There we go. Whatever.
Let's see.
I would apply that to the first attack, but I guess it's not going to kill him anyway.
It will certainly put him closer to death's door. He just rang the doorbell, and Death is walking across the house.
How would you like to reconsider your alignment before I kill you?
You know, I have considered something. I'll get my chance to fight you again in hell.
Oh, come on.
You're doing a great job, Blink.
You're doing great, lady.
We go to Lizard Man. The Lizard Man who took the extra 8 points of damage. He's gonna walk up to you. He's gonna swing on you. It hasn't been working out for him. Well, that time it did.
I'll allow it.
Let me see. You gotta need superior dice in here, buddy.
Oh, he's gonna get all special on me. I'm bringing out that shield.
Special attack.
Draw! Special attack!
Ah, yes, he had no extra fluff in there. So, yes, again, he's going to, do first 7 points of damage. So he swings, and the sword, it hits you, cuts you just the right place for him. But the second attack, it misses you. And it says, rivers can carve through mountains. So, I'm gonna carve through you just like water.
Last chance before I kill your friend.
He's already decided when he's going to fight you. I'll make sure you get there at a rapid pace.
Oh, god damn it.
So, that one's dead. Jaco, it's your turn.
It sure is. Okay, which one do I want to attack? Because I'm within running distance of both. Which one's... Let me put it this way. Which one is lower on health?
Let's see. This one.
Okay. Alright. Jaco is going to look over to Joker like with the kind of like want to team up kind of look.
Joker ain't here.
I mean, he's physically present, but that's about it.
Mentally, he's in your master's palace, sipping tea.
Jago just kind of notices the vacant expression, just kind of rolls his eyes.
Let's
And
go
go-
in the very back of his head. Thinks. Should I ask if he's okay? No.
And Jaco is going to make a swing on this motherfucker.
All right, go for it.
Hey, oh gear, oh god, that actually landed on that actually didn't even land all the way. So I was gonna try that again. It was weird. It was weird. Like it landed on the very edge of the fucking box thing, and so it didn't actually sit flat.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna try that again. Yep, gonna try that again. 19.
All right, that hit.
And that's without adding modifiers. That's just a 19 straight up. Alright, so roll for damage here. Pull up my little note taker. Not a great start. That's 3 regular damage.
All right.
Gotta roll my d12s. Okay. Okay, not great this time. So that's 17 radiant, so 20 total.
All right. Now
I'm getting really lucky with these really even numbers.
With that, as as the code of your steel custom to him and the heat of the radiance follows, you see it. That moment when someone is right there, ready. No, they've already rang the doorbell.
So my next attack will definitely kill him, is what you're saying.
Most likely.
Okay. Okay, well, Jaco's going to notice the stunned look and take another swing.
All right, go for it.
16, that just hits, right?
Absolutely.
That just hits. Damn, that's lucky. Finish him! Ew, maybe not. That's 2 regular. Oops. Hit the wrong key. There we go. So I fixed it, don't worry. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a good one. Oh my god, another one? Alright. Wow! 33 damage.
All right,
No.
and we'll
Oh
say
my
this.
God.
It is not the code of your steel that finishes him. You can see that. In fact, everyone can see it clearly. For it is the radiant light that fills his eye and explodes outward from his mouth that suggests to you that that is the way he went.
You mentioned the light exploding out. Can his head explode?
Sure, I'll let you have that. The light glows so brightly that yes, it appears at first like it's passing through his skin, but no. The power of it just sort of burst his head completely.
God damn.
Like the one before him, falls over.
How long we been in this fight for?
A bit.
What the fuck?
It's funny considering. Well, if Joker didn't run down the mountain, it might have been over.
No, man. Blink the new carry. This
I guess-
athletic nigga.
He is fighting 2 people at once and hasn't taken any. Well, he took 7 damage.
I
Question.
could have not.
Did Joker even touch this lizard guy when he got here?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so does that count? Can we give that one to his side quest?
Unfortunately, not for him because music struck him with magic.
Oh god fucking damn it, music!
He looks over and he says, "What? I didn't do anything wrong."
No, that wasn't in character. That was me just. That was me just. I was trying to do my homie a solid, but someone else had to come in and fucking.
So,
All right.
Blink.
It's my turn again? Oh.
The first one. The one that you attack, rather. He said to you, "I know when I'm close to death. I know when my moment is coming."
You died before?
But death is not the end. If I don't meet you in hell, then I'll climb back out of it and find you in this world.
No, you ain't killing.
What if I could offer you a better life?
The only thing you can offer me is a glorious death.
Yeah, I guess I can, huh?
With that, he swings on you. And the 23 hits you.
I mean, it does. You know what? Fine. I'll just let it hit me.
Alright. Then, like the one before you, he finds that sweet spot and does 9 points of damage to you. He looks you in the eye. He knows that you'll probably kill him when you strike next. But you can see he doesn't have any regrets about this moment. Okay. We go to the one with attacking music. He says, all this talk about room temperature neglects the fact that it is the meat in the wild that has the best flavor. And oh, what do you know? We're out in the wild right now. So he's going to attack music. The first one misses. The second one hits. And brings his sword, sinks his sword into music's flesh. Does 5 points of damage. And music says, you know, you could try eating inside sometime. You'll find that it's a lot better and they'll provide you things and it's going to blow your mind, but these things called spices exist. For that, we go to Joker. Joker, you have climbed the mountain. You were up there. The fight rages on around you. What do you do? You are fighting, Joker. The battle rages around you. What do you do? You're in a fight. It's your turn.
50.
Yes.
Summons Yauko.
You summon Yauko.
Oh, wait, this one alive.
Yes. Yes, he is.
How much HP he got?
He is less than half.
Jumps up.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Boom, boom. You
Right.
dead nigga.
Well, both of those certainly hit him.
But there's more.
Do you want to
Wait,
use
there
that
may
more
be a
on
fight
him?
after this. Wait, there may be a fight after this.
So.
What's the chances of a short rest?
Not high. Not high at all.
Oh.
So you come up to him, Joker. And he's been having this witty back and forth with music. Hold on. Car's zooming down the street and trigger my alarm. Oh. So, right, I was saying, he's been having this witty exchange with Resco in music. And suddenly, you come up to him, and you're just stabbing out. Not a word said. Both blades hit, both stabs hit and find critical points in his body. He can't even hear what you say, as death seizes him. His last words are, "What?" Like everyone, like the others before him, falls over.
Casco just quietly says, kind of solemnly, almost sadly, when you attack this party, well, this is our kitchen.
What?
Yeah, that's why I said what.
What's that?
That was a character like Jacob's heard. I was like, what?
Joker, was that the end of your turn?
It was still my turn. All that talking, I got lost on the time highway, baby.
Well, you still got Yoko.
It is Yauko's turn. Who the fuck killed this man?
You did.
Shit, I did more than enough damage to fuck him up.
Indeed.
Yoko.
Yoko is there.
Yoko, Ko.
Stop calling my name, you fool.
Okay. Boom, boom.
Alright. Who are you striking with your Eldritch Blast?
I don't know.
There are two alive. Is it
I
this
think-
one or is it this one?
I'm gonna hit the closest one, I think. What's the rate on this blast shit?
That blast has a 300-foot range.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Wait, is this what I wanted to use?
Is it?
Wait, I'm gonna say yes.
Alright. Then, as the two stand there in their continued battle with with Blink,
Yeah.
Yoko weaves his Eldritch Blast into existence and launched them through the energy that surrounds the three of them rather. The nearest one, he is struck in the back twice with his Eldritch energy, and he takes, in total, 25 points of damage. And then we add 25, and so, alright, that one didn't trigger my alarm. Right. We come to that one's dead. So he's removed from the turn order. Resco, it is your turn.
Okay, so good. I'm gonna look at music and say, do you trust me?
I don't see any reason I shouldn't.
Let's go. Draws out the golden hilted sword.
He holds up his hand and he says, I'm starting to see reasons I shouldn't.
Can you see beyond reason for someone as trustworthy as me?
I suppose it can be attempted. You did help me after all. But let me just say, if you kill me, Mama T won't be happy. But yes, go ahead.
Number two.
Well, I mean, if it helps, you can close your eyes, but this won't hurt.
Of course. I believe
So
you.
that he just strikes him with the sword.
Alright. And how much does he heal for?
That's fine.
Cool's about to fuck up again.
Are you about to eat another granola bar?
No, I'm about to DoorDash.
Alright. So he is healed for 15 points of health, and as he is healed, you see the light of an idea coming to his eyes. Well, is that the end of your turn, Resco?
What the fuck?
Say, it looks
Lord.
like I saw something.
Yes. Hold that thought for a moment.
Hey, when did Damon come back?
Resco, was that the end of your turn now?
Yes.
Alright.
Unless something was happening.
Something is about to happen. On Music's turn, he says, the sword allows you to heal people, right?
Yeah.
You understand. He turns around. He leans over to Blink. Sir, do you mind suffering a bit of fire damage?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
What if I told you that your friend here could heal you?
Yeah, I've been cut by that sword before. It's kind of scary.
Certainly, but... Oh, no, I suppose. He shakes his
Go
head.
ahead.
No? Oh, perfect. Art told me once that he had a friend who let him throw fireballs at him, so... I was wondering if I could have this moment for myself.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Hit me with your best shot.
what he's about to do is what
certainly sorcerers like to do. He's going to cast. Should he cast it at that level? Blinkehyo is probably shaking off.
That's just missing what's going on right now and thinks about how he just magically healed someone with a piece of metal and thinks this whole team is just an interesting bunch.
So he's going to say, don't worry, I'll keep this on the gentler side. And he's going to cast Fireball. Oh, whoop, that wasn't the level I wanted to cast.
Man, that was trash.
Indeed.
Well, not that.
I meant to cast it at. Hold on, not that level. No, sir. That'd be a bit too much. We're going to cast it at this level. All right. So, Blink, you and the 3 lizard men, you have to beat a dexterity save of 16.
Good luck.
All right. They both fail. You, however, succeed. Blink, you watch as Art weaves this fire into existence, sorcery crackling all over him. You can tell he's quickened this spell like he's done before. And with it, he's going to launch his fireball, dealing 37 points of damage to the 2 lizard folk that you are engaged with. The ones you've been lowering all this time. The fire consumes him immediately. His scale charred as it wraps around his body. He can't even let out a scream. His lungs ignited as he opens his mouth. The other one tries to move, tries to dodge, but he can't go anywhere. Not away from you, not with you standing right there. He suffers the full force of the damage, and you can see in his eyes the horror of impending doom. As he does, and that happens, music says, oh, Blink, you yourself, having managed to move just enough, you take a total of, subtract that by half, 18 damage.
Gonna kill that tiefling.
He says, my apologies, friend. I just wanted to see how it would work out for me. I'll let Mama T know that you are a team player. I'll leave the other one to you.
And I guess I'll ignore that, kind of like shake it off, and then look over to the other one and say, well, how do you want to do this?
He looks you in the eye and he says, have you considered mercy?
I have, actually.
Mind considering it now?
Depends. Where do your alignments lie?
My alignments lie with the lizard folk of the swamps.
You do know that Eka isn't really with the lizard folk. She has her own agenda. Well, actually, yeah, she's with it. She's just really more pushing it towards a negative stigma.
Well, you know,
We can make it positive together.
I've never been the type to argue philosophy, so if that's where this conversation is going, then you might have to just kill me. It's not really my best subject.
Alright, hang on. I'm gonna queue up an attack here.
I was imagining when Resco called out, in like what he did there, Jacob's just no.
I'll cure him for 7 more health and tell him to come with us on our journey.
Alright, so as he sees you moving, he prepares himself for the fatal blow, but instead he is healed for 7 points of health. And he says, well, can't go back to Eka now. That'll defeat the whole purpose of surviving.
Yes, and the moment you think about it, I will probably kill you.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Nope, you are staying with us to the very end.
Right. Not going anywhere, of course.
Yes, you are.
I'll never let you go.
Alright, then I guess I'll jump down and say, let's keep going, guys.
And with that,
Turning my back to him, by the way.
across the world. So, you hop down. The battle's over. This little folk, he kind of just sits there on that ledge beside his dead comrade. When this happens, as the battle ends, a calm sort of returns over this camp. But I'm not sure that.
Cisco walks up to Blink and just says, "You already know what's going to happen."
What's gonna... Oh. Just get it over with. Heal the other guy, too.
How do I do that? First I hit Blink with the sword.
Alright.
Jacob just kind of like the red mist leaves his eyes, and he looks around at what the fuck just happened.
He just sees Resco cutting people with swords to heal them.
Surprisingly, that's not the weirdest thing I've seen today. Jacob kind of like looks down at the lizard man before his feet, turns around, sees the other one, looks back at the other one in front of him. Did his head explode?
It would appear so.
Did I do that?
It would appear so. You know, Mama T would like your style of finishing things. She tends to go for the more spectacular end, I suppose you could say.
We'll keep in touch.
Gracias. You know you could just hold up and then you could do the same.
Oh, cool.
I mean, press up, not hold up.
Sorry, Rascal. As you're healing him, music comes over, pulls the dagger out of his pocket, and he says, "I suppose it's time for us to interrogate this lad, eh?"
Yeah, I suppose so.
All
I
right.
don't know if we need to use knives though.
Yeah, he is in my
Well-
zone of truth.
He's-
Oh yeah, he has to...
He looks at the knife and he says, "You sure you don't think he could lose a couple of fingers?"
I think I'd rather him whole.
Very well. As a whole,
As this is happening, I'm gonna look over at Jaco, flail the sword around, and it's just like, "You want to know this?"
Absolutely. Jacob cracks his knuckles.
as you're coming up, as he sees the knife in the tiefling hand, and he sees you crack your knuckle, the lizard folk looks at you, Blink, and he says, "A part of surrendering is usually that the violence stops."
I look
Necessarily.
at Jaco and I look at my sword and I was like, that's not what I meant.
I was weaving my spell of Zone of Truth. It happens immediately, so he has to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh yes, of course. My apologies. I thought Zone of Truth was instant. I mean, well, clearly he failed it. So, you can see it. The effects of Zone of Truth weave into his mind.
Alright, Mr. Tiefling, go ahead and ask him some questions.
Well, let's ask the most important question. How many allies do you think your priesthood has? The lizard says, "Currently, about 103.
Including the dead guys on the ground?
Well, I said currently, so no.
Yeah, fair enough.
Second question. Where are your forces mainly located? He says, "They're spread around the mountain. The blade feathers fly around constantly to interrupt us. But you see, that's all a part of the plan. As long as we're making trouble, the blade feather has to go around and stop us. And while they're doing that, more of us are able to sneak in."
Okay, I have a question. Where did those where did those frost giants come from?
Couldn't tell you. They were here when we came up here.
Do you think that the blade?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, music says, "Where is your boss located?" To which the lizard says, "I believe she and the others have found the temple we were looking for."
The temple.
Yes, the temple. She says that's where it is, the key to our plan, the Terror.
Children's terrors?
Yes, that's it. That's what it was called.
Oh no. Why on earth would she align herself with that?
Couldn't tell you. She simply said that it was important for the future of the lizard folk and the world. We would be the first success, and then there would be more to follow.
I don't think that's what success looks like.
Well, I surrendered, so who am I to argue with that? He looks around. He says, "Well, any more questions?"
One of your members among you, they have a thunder sickle. Who are they? Tell me about them.
You mean you're talking about Datra?
Datra.
Datro.
Whatever, same thing.
He says he's on the younger side, but he's significantly skilled a fast sword. He climbed the ranks pretty easily. Thunder sickles, that's what we're calling those things. They're a little bit different from that. I've seen him cut a man deep enough to cut the soul right out of his arm. Couldn't use the arm for a whole day.
Now, I keep hearing all these things about death and death talk or anything like that. Is there a way you guys have to bring back the dead?
I'm not the type to ask, but I can say potentially that there have been points where I've seen someone die, and then they were walking around the next day.
Interesting.
Do you know where Datra is located? Is it with Eka?
Of course, he stays by her side, just like the other one.
Fair enough.
Who's the other one?
Oh, let's see. Which of these names do I like more?
I knew it. I knew it.
The other
You
one.
weren't
he was-
ridiculous.
What did he have again? I can't remember.
You saw someone with a massive... Well, not massive. You saw someone with a great sword.
Ah.
I have one important question.
Alright.
How do
Give me
you
one
think
moment.
we can reason
I gotta
with
write down these names before I forget.
Right. I've been using a lot of brain power to look at tacos.
Did you at least find some that you like? Ah, there it is.
No,
Well,
might get a burrito.
Get into Lupus Supreme.
Where you getting that burrito from, Joker?
Del Taco, man. I don't know if Del Taco that fire though.
it wasn't bad.
I would prefer Taco Bell from here, but DoorDash is trash and doesn't have a partnership with my Taco Bell or some shit.
You should try Grubhub for other places.
But I don't have a free pass, so
Oh, I can't help you with that. Let me see.
I don't want no
Alright.
Beyond burrito.
Where's the pen? Alright, so
Is it go beyond the burrito?
so he says the other one is Jessica. I'm gonna type that out. Jessica. And
Tell me about them.
she is one of the senior most members of the group, on the eldest side, but amazingly skilled. Her greatsword is an interesting thing, a lot like Datro's sickles. I believe He said something to me once. That the sword had a name, had a presence inside of it.
Well, I call dibs on Thatra.
Thatra.
You can handle Eka, and Snook, you got Jesk.
And you were asking Resko a question to him.
Yes, I was saying, what do you think is the key to reasoning with Eka?
You want the real answer?
That's what I came here for.
Be the prince. Nobody can speak to him more. No one can speak to him better than no one can speak to her better than he can. They've been friends for a long time. And while she may be willing to sacrifice him, she was extremely happy when she heard that he got back home safe.
Wait, the one that was in that cave?
Cave? Don't know
Oh,
anything
it
about
wasn't.
that. It was in when y'all all first went to Pedro and you got thrown in the cell.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have a conversation with 22.
So, he says, well, I'm pretty much done answering all the questions. So this is the part where you all let me go to live my own life, right?
Yeah, not a chance.
Man.
Damn.
You're coming with us. We're seeing the mission through. And the second you attempt to betray us, you're gonna be the first one to die.
Alright, but can we talk at least terms of release? Am I forever indebted to you? Or maybe I can go home when everything is said and done, and I don't have to go and meet Eka and, die by her hands.
We can always turn him over to the authorities.
Nah, that's too easy.
What the fuck?
As y'all are having this conversation, I would like y'all to roll a perception.
Oh shit.
Fuck,
Fuck, that's
Oh
bad.
god.
Oh, mine's not much better.
Alright. That's a threat. So, Blink, Resko, presumably Joker. Music, let's see, music is roll too. I just gotta remember that he's there.
Wait, hold on. My roll's better than his.
Oh, what was your roll? Oh yeah,
9.
Well, yeah, it most certainly is. However, okay, so Blink,
Oh Lord.
Jacob, music. The three of you, you're too involved in this conversation and interrogating this lizard folk to know.
That was a performance.
Oh, whoops, yes it was. Good thing. Oh, what a miss. Too involved in the conversation to notice, but Resto, you do. As a shadow passes before the sun, casts down upon you briefly, a fast-moving figure, and it's flying high overhead. You can tell it's descending now.
Hey, what's that up there? What's going on? Who's that?
Yeah.
A bird?
A plane?
The lizard looks up and he said, "A bird." And
Diggo looks up.
and he said that an older Arakokra lands beside you all. Landing beside you all, the spear in his hand. He looks throughout you and y'all. He says, "Those of you from below the mountain should know that you're not allowed to approach our camps."
We're the heroes of Petrua. I believe they were expecting us.
Who is they? Who are you?
Resko, do the talk attack.
Alright. So,
He holds up his hand. "The Arakokra will speak to me."
alright.
Jacob
Fine.
looks left and right. Me?
You wear the symbol of our tribe. Who are you? Who are these people who have come with you?
Well, truth is, I'm not sure who I am.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I was born in Pedro to a human couple.
That can't be right.
As far as these looks to his friends, interesting individuals.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
They Jacob just like looks at Blake like fucking seriously.
Esker kind of looks to the side for just a second, just thinks on the bees.
These are my friends and my closest allies.
Alright. So, it's been this older culture lives amongst you all. A clear sign of distrust and maybe a little disgust, but also disbelief. Steps back. Says,
Can I roll an insight to see if I notice this feeling of this disbelief?
absolutely.
17.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Actually, he came pretty close to me when he swooped down. So when he came into this area, he would have to roll a charisma save. Plus, he knows that this is a zone of truth.
Alright, well, let's see.
So if he disbelieves him, then he wouldn't. I mean, then he wouldn't.
Okay, that was a 20 on that.
Okay, he did get through it, but he knows that it's a this is a zone of truth. Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely believed you, but it's disbelief at the situation. And he introduces himself. One moment. Give me a moment. I'm searching for something.
Do you need help pronouncing the name?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, hold on. I'll
Man, oh man.
Alright. One moment.
behind the scenes.
Oh, that's a snooty bitch.
Alright, so this older Arakokra, he introduced himself to you all. I am the leader of the Blade Feathers. You may call me Zelia.
Zelia.
And he looks at you, Jacob, in particular, and he says, "What is your name?"
My parents named me Jaco.
That's the name they gave you. He says nothing more on that subject. He looks at you all and he says, "What is your business on our mountain?"
We came here seeking allegiance in the fight against the shit. Sorry, I blanked for the name a second. For the fight against the priesthood of I'm going to start over. We are here to seek allegiance against the priesthood of Umeshta.
I suppose I should have expected this to come. Those of you who are from beneath the mountain, you don't quite know when business should be kept down there. In fact, this priesthood, it is your ilk. And as he says that, music says, to be honest, I have no dealings with them. And your lizard folk prisoner, he says, they're no longer my ilk. I defected.
Well, he's in the zone of truth.
The lizard folk, Zelia, he scoffs at these two. And says, like other people from beneath the mountains, you are lacking in respect too.
Well, then what are we lacking?
Leader sends you all up here to what? Recruit me. Have my soldiers fly beside him into battle. The same leader who has separated all of the Chut's empire for so long.
Actually,
Wrong guy, bruh.
You're talking about what was his name? The other guy.
He simply went by High Chief Warbear.
If you're referring to Warbear, he's no longer in power.
Zone of truth.
What?
What? No, I'm just.
It's not lying. It's a
No, I'm saying like he has to believe it. He's in the zone of truth.
He looks at you and he says, does that mean then that one amongst you is the new ruler of Chutis?
It's me.
Roll a charisma save.
Jingle looks like. Ignore him.
I cannot be ignored.
Well, try your best to ignore him. We usually do.
Sigmund now. He replaced him.
And where is this Sigmund?
Sigmund is in the camp. I don't know the camp's name, but it's the one camp.
It's directly below us.
Does it have a name?
It doesn't have a name, no. It's just a camp that they stole from the priesthood, so they're using it now.
By the way, the turn order is still on the screen.
Oh, right, yes, it is. That's an ominous thing, isn't it?
As you can see, we... Oh, go ahead.
These lizards around here were occupying your tents here, this area, for their own purposes.
No, they were trying to draw us to the tents. This is a tactic they have all done before. Filling the sky like clouds, mocking us. I do not know who gave them these wings, but they are not deserving of them.
That was what I was thinking. Which is
Looks
why
to the one
that
without
one
wings.
goes off.
He looks at the lizard folk you took prisoner, and he says, you should cut the wings from his body and toss them from the mountain.
We are in possession.
Happy to.
We are in possession of someone who can do that manually.
I do not understand what you mean by that, but I don't see why you haven't done it already.
Well, you see... I guess you're not the type of person that would listen to reason, huh?
He is an important negotiation piece.
He knows a lot more than, all of us, at least.
Then, your peace, make sure to keep it close to you. The mountain is treacherous. He may slip and find himself impaled on some stones below.
I'm gonna look to the lizard and see what he thinks about that.
The lizard decides that it's better for himself to remain quiet.
Boy, you keep that peace on you at night, man.
The lizard, Delia, he stands back to stand not quite tall of you, but stand with that imposing stature. He said to you all, then your king has sent you here. But who are you? Who are any of you truly?
I came here because I want to see a world that has more peace in it.
An idealist, then.
That's something you could call me.
It is
Okay.
something I will call you.
I came here to actually prove that I am worth something.
So, lords of peasants.
So you climbed the mountain, but have you let go?
Let go.
You can't even answer the question.
Maybe if you answer it in a way that's answerable. I mean, ask it in a way that's answerable.
He looks at you, Jacob, and he says, "What about you? Why have you answered the call of this king?"
To learn about where. Hold on. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. To learn the meaning behind this symbol I wear on my neck.
He looks at the symbol. His eyes linger on it for a moment. And he says, "I will allow you and your entourage to meet where we are currently camping. There is someone who may be interested in seeing you again. However, these mountains are treacherous and filled with these scaled interlopers. It is not yet time to have this meeting, but I will meet your king and I will hear what you all have to say." And as he said that, music comes up to you, Blink whispers in your ear, and he says, "Is it usually that easy to get them to agree?"
Usually takes a little bit more talking, but yeah.
You know, Mama T could use some negotiator like you are.
Name your price.
Not mine to name. Nevertheless, Zelia, he says, "Take me to this signal. Let me meet
Oh.
it for myself."
Jaco, almost nervously because he's never done this to someone so important, does that like wing cross salute that Silic showed him.
Mm-hmm. And so, as you do so, he looks, you see, not quite impressed with your form, but he says, "You at least know something. I suppose those humans have been completely worthless."
Jaco just kind of shrugs.
So, he grabs your liver folk and tosses him to the ground. He says, "Take your prisoner. Go down the mountain. I will meet you and your king."
All right.
Follow me.
Let's go.
All right.
Alley-oop.
You all climb down the mountain.
Jaco actually opted to fly down.
Yeah, Jaco flies down.
He opens his wings proudly, honestly, kind of just trying to look cool in front of this really cool looking Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
Birdman!
And
So you go ahead.
And Jaco descends.
All right. So you all descend, and it takes a bit. Well, not Jaco and not Zeliar either. They make it easy. With the rest of you, it takes a moment to descend, especially with this lizard man with his wings bound in rope.
Wait, did we do that?
I'm gonna say you did because otherwise, as you're climbing down, he might think to fly away.
Good point.
I mean, not if he wants to, live and shit.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, we have flyers that can catch him.
You shame
Now,
I pulled up and shot him.
I'm gonna keep careful eye on him to make sure he doesn't, have any bumps or falls.
You all descend the mountain, and it's slow going at first because it's it had that unique feeling of feeling faster to descend than it was to climb, and so you descend down this mountain one by one until, hold on, I gotta grab the token for the lizard folk, and so till you are down below, presumably, Blink summons his steed,
Indeed.
and you all gallop back to the camp where Sigmund has set up.
What the fuck was that?
As you
You good?
arrive, and Sigmund hears the sound of winged beats, he comes out of his tent, and he says, by the gods, I believe this is the fastest you all have ever accomplished anything. And I don't mean that as an insult, of course, it's just. And he sees Deliar, and Sigmund kneels down, lowers his head,
Yeah.
and he says, leader in the mountain, I am but a humble man who has taken on a position far greater than one man should ever take on. Ruling a nation is not something you should do by yourself. It is something that you should do in tandem with others in that nation. I was wondering, if I may ask that you, no, not sit on my council, but sit upon the council of this Judas Empire, so that we may make this place a better place. And of course, this all can wait until after we have struck down the priesthood of your master. Oh, I forgot to live it. After we have struck down the priesthood of your master. And Zelia says, you send these people up the mountain into our camp, and the best you have to offer me is empty words. He looks at you all and he says, you climbed the mountain. You defeated these lizard folk. Speak of this king. Give me reason to listen to him.
Jaco kind of walks into a position that makes sense. It's one of those things where it's like they didn't have to move, but like dramatic effect. King Sigmund has done more for this kingdom in the last few months than the man before him had done in his lifetime. He is the sole reason why we even went on this mission of peace. Unlike the man before him, who would much rather use anything that non-human as a footstool, Sigmund sees us all as equals.
Deliar looks at you. If I go down to that necklace for a moment, that symbol, looks back up to you, looks you in the eyes, then looks at Resco as he steps closer and he says, this man sounds like he's an idealist like you.
You call me an idealist, but look at the people that I'm following around. Look at people like, I just kind of motion over to Joker. I say, I'm not just someone that follows around people just because they say something that sounds nice or pretty. And I understand that sometimes to build something that's worth building, some things fall apart, or some things have to be put into their proper place. But the reason I'm here helping out Sigmund is because he's shown me nothing but good so far.
He looks at you and looks at everyone around him. Sighs linger on Jacob for just a moment. Looking at everyone else, people who seem to be allies. Music kind of shrugs. He has no horse in this race. This is the first time he's meeting Sigmund. He has nothing to say. Joker doesn't seem to have anything to say. Blink.
I'll wave at him in like a cheesy way.
He says, I do not care for your counsel, Sigmund. However, And he takes a step forward, and there's a pause as he pushes Joker out of the way. He says, however, I have a son. Perhaps if he proves to be worthy, he could sit upon your council. Otherwise, I hear you. We will, the Blade Feathers, fight alongside you who dwells beneath the mountain to root out the threat of the priesthood of Yameshta. But you will summon those you call your official. They will all stand before me and my wife. We will judge them ourselves and see if it is worthy to work with them. Sigmund says, I have no problem doing that, sir. It will take some time, though. We are spread a bit thin, but I will summon everyone. And of course, he looks at all of you as well, and he says, these allies from outside of Chutis, they will help too. And I hope you can look at them as an indication of the world that is before us. The world of, look at this mixed match group. Mixed match group. He says, look how different each of them is. My father, like Jacob said a moment ago, he wasn't afraid to use anyone as a footstool. Or was that Resco that said that?
I said that.
Alright. So, yeah, like Jacob said a moment ago, he wasn't afraid to use anyone who was different as a footstool, but neither of them are my footstool. Each of them are my allies. I owe more to them than I may ever be able to repay.
But let's say hypothetically you did have the money to repay us, would you?
Absolutely.
Jacob shoots this sword fucking death glare at Blink. like you know like the gif of the bird like just snapping towards camera with the angry expression.
I don't actually.
I thought okay, I might just be like one moment in an animation I saw. But yeah, he literally just shoots Blink this look that just says shut the fuck up before you ruin everything.
I will shrug with indifference.
And Sigmund back to Zelia, he says, their motivations, while they may seem aligned with self-enrichment, you must understand, none of them, all of them, they have worked without so much as a reward on multiple occasions. They are just as invested in the future of this nation as I am. And Zelia, he says, I don't need your pitch anymore. You have heard my turn. Summon your people, and then you may send someone to summon us. You shall descend the mountain and meet, and then you shall attack this priesthood of your majesty. He looks around and he says, does anyone amongst you side with this priesthood?
I hate to say it, but I have my zone of truth still on.
Alright. No one speaks. He says, your silence shall be taken as a no. And if I find that any of you have deceived me, you shall be struck down.
I'd say hypothetically we're working to cure Yameshta. How about that? How do you feel about that?
So, here's the thing. These are two different sides. It's like the problem
Jacob was
here.
sweating.
The problem here is that the lizard person that is attacking everyone, the one that's rallied them all, isn't necessarily totally aligned with Yameshta himself. It's just someone that's trying to use the children's terrors, a product that harms the children, and in essence, Yameshta, to take this nation, to control everything. So
Zelia, spread his wings as you're speaking, Resco. Hey, go ahead.
we do have someone here that is, aligned with Yameshja, but that person fights with us and has fought with us all along.
Trying to take him down from the inside.
I suppose that is a tactic you can go about it with. He beats his wings to take off just a bit. He turns to you, Resko, and he says, "Be careful, idealist. The way you talk will lead you into dens of beasts." And he looks at you,
I've
Jacob.
seen some pretty messed up beasts, and if he looks into Resko's eyes for just a moment.
Something's wrong with your mic, I think.
Yeah. I thought, yeah, didn't quite hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay. So I'm going to use, as soon as I can find it. I have too many things now.
Mood.
I'm just gonna say, as I just kind of look at him, I'm just thinking of Spicikoff, and I'm going to say, I've seen some horrific beasts.
Just kidding.
So Zelia says, "If you've seen them, I hope you have learned to strike them down." His eyes go back to Jacob. He says, "You have much to prove, Jacob Pedrua."
I ain't got shit to prove.
He looks
He
at
wasn't
Joker.
talking to you.
He says, "I don't even know who you are."
Jacob just shakes his head at Joker. That is
That's some
shenanigans.
good shit.
And he does the wing salute again.
He nods to you. Another beat of his wing, and with a stronger beat, he takes off, soaring high above the camp. And you can tell, heading back to the mountain. That Zelia is gone. And Sigmund looks at you, Jacob, and he says, "Well, that was your first encounter with a member of the Blade Feathers. How are you feeling?"
Something about him seems familiar. Like I'm supposed to know who he is, but I'm not sure.
He nods. He says, "I get the distinct feeling that he knows you too, some way, somehow. But I can't put the pieces together. I'm sorry, Jacob."
That's the impression I got too. Maybe he knows why I was born in Pedru and not with them.
Whenever my people, the officials, can be summoned, I will make sure you have time to figure out all the secrets he holds. Jacob, I think, well, I don't want to take too much credit away from your ally, but I feel that today you have served a greater purpose than I can say I've seen anyone serve before.
Jacob just kind of blushes, like, "Ah, shucks."
Let's go pats him on the shoulder. And he says, we couldn't have done this without him here.
Jacob just kind of like, as that look, like, "Stop, you're gonna make me cry."
I'll put a hand on his shoulder as well.
Friends are the best.
Music in the back says, "So, if we were to write any sort of payment, you would say then, King Sigmund, that Jacob should receive the most of the gold."
I did the most damage to all the creatures. Actually, no, I didn't. Never mind.
I was just gonna say, did you kill two of them? On your own?
I was trying to keep. Look at this guy. Look at him right here. You know, he's on our team now. Now we know more things.
Music looks at him and says, "By the way, what shall we be doing with this lizard folk?"
That depends on his name. What is your name?
He says,
Jesus Christ, that was creepy.
he says, "My name is Alto."
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him.
What do you have to do with it?
Legit, that like when you said like, "What is your name?" Like, I cringed a little bit.
He says, "Is there any particular reason that my name matters for whether or not you're going to kill me?"
Well, if it turns out your name actually was, hang on, let me scroll up. Damn, what was his name?
Are you thinking of Tatro?
Yeah, if his name turned out to be even close to Tatro, then I'd kill him.
He says, "Trust me, if you were fighting Tatro, you would have had a much harder time getting out of that with your life."
I guess we'll have to see about that.
Fortunately, I won't be there to see.
Or will you?
Let's not do that.
I have a question. So, you've already said you aligned yourself with us, right?
I have aligned myself with survival.
Alright.
That's fair.
So, you think that the ones that survive will be our team? No, just
I'll say this. A lot of us are fighting because we're doing what we believe is right. Let's say your dumb-looking blonde king over there is actually going to make things better. I don't see why anyone would fight too hard after that. But right now, you're just going to have to beat Eka.
Jaco walks up to him and kind of pats his shoulders and leans in close. If I had him my way, he wouldn't have those wings anymore. And then backs away. Can I roll for intimidation?
I say go ahead.
12. Not great.
Right.
Bardic
It doesn't
inspiration.
Go ahead. Sure.
Give him the bar. Come on, Resco, do it. Do it.
If Resco would like to, I'll allow it.
what am I rolling for?
Bardic inspiration, so I can scare so I can put the fear of God in this guy.
Well, I would say in this case that I feel like you would have advantage because you just killed two of his.
Yeah, actually, I will allow that.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't matter. That I rolled a 7 after that.
Okay. So he looks from you to Blink to Resco, and he moves a little bit closer to Blink, whispers into his ear. You know, that Irakokla would undermine your authority if he was to kill me.
Are you trying to turn me against my friend?
Not at all. Just think of me as a advisor of sorts.
Good point. Okay.
And as y'all have this moment, Music
he
has
wasn't
taken
gonna
out a
kill him.
notebook and he's writing stuff down.
Jago had no plan of killing him. He just wanted to take his wings off.
Right.
You killed the other one by taking their wings off.
After stabbing him.
Fair point, but still. The point still stands.
Let me rephrase. After stabbing him and nearly taking his hand off.
I understand, but the point still stands.
Fuck you.
So Music, he's writing down notes into a notebook. And as you step away from the lizard man, he closes it and he says, this has been an interesting journey so far.
Hey, King, are any of them getting paid for their services?
My eyes light up.
Sigmund, that's out of deep sigh. And he said,
Hello?
You might have cut out.
Yeah, I don't hear you. You're talking.
Alright, let's connect it. Yes, Sigmund says, unfortunately, my father did not leave the Chuchus Empire in such a state that I can easily fund them all. The music, what do you think about that? Did that somehow disconnect again? No, the music just stopped.
No, music's still there.
Yeah, I hear it.
Maybe I did disconnect briefly. Nevertheless, he says, well, music, he says, well, I'll contact Mama T. I'll make sure that you all get a little bit of something to make this adventure worth your while. And as he says that, the lizard folk raises his hand and he says, no, not you. Let's write your name. He's writing names down. Blinkehyo, Jacob, Sigmund, Joker. Gotta write down the prisoner's name when I'm at it.
Jaco just kind of does the like I'm watching you thing, like you're pointing at your eyes and you point at the person.
Say, how did you come across those people?
One more time?
I'm asking the lizardman how he came across those wings to begin with.
Well, Eka brought us a crow one day and a potion. She told us to drink the potion and then consume the crow. I thought she meant eat the crow, but, well, when I drank the potion, something weird happened, and the crow was kind of just poured into me.
You said a potion.
Yes.
A potion for the animal part transformed you like this.
Yes.
So,
Now you recall something, Rasco. Of course you do. It was nearly one of your first adventures here, well, not here, but down in Caladium, that invaded into that cave and the thing that preceded it. The flying goblins. Was it flying goblins or squirrel goblins? I forgot what it was, but you remember those chimera-like goblins that attacked you.
I remember who took the
Indeed.
potion.
You remember the situation. You remember who took the potion. What happened to that recipe following the journey, and perhaps you're not quite willing to believe it, but no, surely it's a coincidence. Yowakin would have never provided potions to Echo's group. Surely not.
Especially not for money.
What do you all think about Roller King, you guys?
He seems like a good guy to me.
Music says, I've never met him in my life.
You were in the same room as him. Twice.
I didn't recall all of your names. You must
Fair enough.
Is it somebody whose name I should write down in my book as potential enemies?
No chance. He's not that bad of a guy. He's working to make things good in the Caladium.
And he looks from you, Blink, to Resco.
I mean, I wouldn't write him down as any sort of enemy. Esco kind of looks to the ground, and he looks back at Blink and Jaco. He says, but Do you all remember that potion, the one that Tolakim had, the one that turned you into a cat?
Yeah, I did think of that, but there's no chance that Hoakim would even align himself with that.
How did they get hold of it?
They must have some sort of connection with those goblins. Maybe.
I think it's worthwhile that we sit down with Tolakim and see if we can figure out what's going on. There must be a reasonable explanation for this all.
Alto says, I agree that we should sit down with this Hurricane and get to the bottom of it.
Is there something you're not telling us, Alto?
I'm just trying to be helpful here.
Jago just looks at us like, get an opinion. I'm joking. Kind of like looking around like, just kidding. Kinda.
So Sigmund, as you all are having a conversation, Sigmund comes over and he says, I shouldn't keep you all any longer. You have helped shoot us greatly, not just this day, but all of these days, and it is overwhelming to think that we're right there, one step perhaps away from ending this conflict. When you all met me that day in that village, sent there to kill me, I never thought this moment could come. I'm sure that if my father remained in charge, he certainly would not have. He would have used this opportunity to seize the mountain, seize the swamp, bring all the troopers under his command.
Sigmund, what happened that day was just a chance. There could have gone a million different ways, but I look at that as proof that crazy things can change the world. Just small events can shake the world and bring about peace. I know it's not everlasting, but I think we can make the world look a little better very soon. Now, with that being said, I do want to make sure you're aware. It seems like the reason a lot of these lizard folk have had all these extra features is there's some kind of a potion that you can take. It requires an animal part, and it lets you take on the features of that animal.
What sort of strange alchemy is that?
We're going to look into that personally, but I would just be on the lookout for that. Look out for any kind of trafficking of that anywhere.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Well,
it might benefit us in the long run.
Cool. I'm sure that the Winter Foxes will be able to help especially well with that.
Good.
So, look at you, and he pulls out this glove, he puts it in his hand, he says, this is, well, I did not imagine it would be useful for you all. But after the moment is up, I am willing to hand it over to you. Still, this will allow me to activate the teleportation circle. So, if you are all ready to head home, then I can do that.
Jaco steps into the circle.
Music follows. Presumably, Joker does as well.
Pushes up his glasses.
Hello.
Oh, you're still here.
I've always been here.
Have you, though? Have you really been here, though?
The lizard says, now, before your king does that, I don't suppose you all would consider, I don't know, perhaps not taking me?
Alto, do you have any family?
Sure I do.
Do you want to keep them?
Let's see.
Wait. Convince me to not bring you.
What's that?
I'm gonna look at him and say, convince me to not bring you.
I'm sorry, who's got this person under capture?
So he says, well, I'll be in a new place. I don't know anyone there. I don't even have any coin on me.
Cool, that's how I enter Caladium.
You said you wanted to survive, right? So wouldn't it make sense to go somewhere that's not currently in the middle of a war? Which you could just be seen as, oh, I don't know. I mean, being that this is a camp where, you know, probably people have been, some of the people might have been affected by the lizard folk and have something against you.
You're making great points right now.
Yeah.
So, does that mean that I can remain far away from this area for the extended period of this conflict?
Tell you what, right now, you know, I'm thinking we'll see how everything goes. You know, I actually know, I'm kind of working on like an orphanage project with my friend, and they might be able to, you know, you might be able to hang out there for a little bit. You know, we'll see.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely is it that your friend will be detrimental to my health?
Well,
11.5.
What we need to look at here is what systems of check, like what check systems are in place. See, one person alone isn't totally detrimental when you have other good systems of check in place, like me.
Alright. We look from you to Blink to Jacob. That's out of heavy. And Sidman take that as his cue to send you all back to Caladium. Teleportation station as soon as I can find it. And so, you return to Caladium. Music stretches and he says, well, this has been the first time in a long time that I have been severely hurt. You'll excuse me if I return to First Wheel and sleep off the sword wounds and emotional stress.
Don't forget the Eldritch Blast.
Ah, yes. Can't forget that.
I'm sorry, Music.
I'm gonna go to Music and check him over and see. Do you need me to like stab you again?
No, that's quite all right.
All right.
And he writes something in his notebook as you walk away. So it's standing there.
Can I interact?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Cool. Can I interact with NPC Hoakim? I just want to like remove his wings that way.
I will say yes. You certainly can.
Okay, I just want to say, Hoakim, hey, so we got this lizard guy here. It's got some wings, and we just want to like take him off without killing him.
Ah, yes, of course. I can provide you with a potion that might be able to do that, but well, they would have to be a chimera for it to work.
This one's not a chimera.
I don't know. Are they?
I thought they were. Didn't it eat a crow?
I did, in fact, eat a crow. And
He ate a crow?
it wasn't the traditional sense of eating, of course. I didn't chew it. It was more along the lines of it was eaten by a spectral part of me. It's a whole thing. I can't really describe it.
Like you absorbed it.
Oh, well, I mean, if you wanna use the simplest words for it, I suppose you could say that. And Joachim says, "Ah, yes, of course. That sounds like a chimera." And then he reaches into his bag, and he hands you a potion and says, all he needs to do is drink that, and he shall lose the ability.
I'll hand it to him with a smile.
So you have a potion that gets rid of this stuff, right?
Yes, of course I do.
So we've run into a bit of a problem that we might need to talk about, but it seems that all of these what do you call it? It seems like those potions you've been making have been spread. I don't know if this is a conversation I should have with Nashu being.
I think you should actually wait until.
Yeah.
Until
My
Yo
response
can
was
speak
gonna
for
be,
himself.
oh, well, I'm sorry, I'm currently busy at the moment, but when I'm free, we can speak about it again.
Although I don't think you know that he's like reproducing those potions.
We don't.
Only me and Joker should.
It would be something you would want to talk about to clear up any
Absolutely.
Kind of, what they can
Fair.
do to fix whatever kind of problem is with his distribution or whatever.
Right. It's more along the lines of Resco has a hunch, and his only clue as to where these potions could be coming from is either those goblins that are kind of not right now, and Joachim, who acquired the mix.
And he has seen Joachim Simulacrum do strange things in the past, but he did justify those.
So with that, you all bid Joachim adieu, and you head, well, back to your house. Your prisoner? Are you gonna drop your prisoner off with Caladium City Guard?
I'm gonna drop. Well, I'm gonna actually have Respin do me a solid and force him to do some city work.
Respin is quite happy to do that.
Community service.
He'll report to me once a day.
Can Resco go with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, Respin, let's say you tell one of these guards here, and they go off to contact them. Respin makes the agreement with you all. He'll have Alto doing some yard work and such around the city, and he'll report to you every day until his sentence is up. For that, you all head back, Joe as well, to the Red House.
I'm out.
Alright. Joe follows you all to the Red House, and then departs from the Red House without saying a word. Joker, I would like you to hold door for
Bye,
me.
man.
There's extra stuff for you. Go ahead.
I just say bye, man.
Yes. So Joker, you depart with a goodbye. You all sort of just sit comfortably in your house. As you come in, Avad opens his eyes. He says, you all are back earlier than as usual. I'm guessing there was a grand success up in Shooters.
Success and questions, but is that always the case?
Isn't it always? Oh. He looks at the calendar on the wall. He says, I have the distinct feeling that you two should get some rest, because whenever you all go into one adventure, another one follows right on its tail.
Strange how that happens. It's always the weekend, too.
Gee, imagine the timing on that. But who can speak to the whims of the gods, right?
Resco considers at some point about if he were to meet a guy. He doesn't say it out loud. It's like, what if I were to tell a god, just I kind of like this.
And we're going to say, no, we're not. As the Red House closes on that Joker,
Hello.
you make your way back to your home. Hold on, I gotta grab the ribbon and drag it all the way over. That's the upstairs of the Red House. Ignore that. Hold on, that's not far enough.
A Joker.
Hmm.
We come to your house. And Magenta, as per usual, she sits upon the couch. Your lizard folk acolytes, they sit and study of what you do not know. Your one lizard folk guard, the one with the double mark on his arm, for his double trigger.
Double trigger.
He stands there on guard. You come in, Magenta. He says to you, so you're finally back.
Yes.
What do you go out and do exactly? Do you mind me asking?
I ain't gonna lie with you, bitch. I was out there. Most of the time, my mind was in a different place. So I don't even know what the hell I was doing. Useless.
Well, I was just thinking, and she looks at the newspaper. She says, I've been hearing a lot about something going on in Q-Tip, and it's strange how often you leave the house, you know?
I mean, I did find you because I was out on these missions, so you know.
She looks at the newspaper, she says, you know, before we became acquainted, I had an employer. I think it would be interesting if I could get you in contact with her.
Yeah, what she want?
It's more like what she can do for you.
This
with
power,
that-
I need it.
With that, we shall close.
Man, what the fuck, you cliffhanging ass bitch?
Can I just add one thing?
Go ahead, absolutely. We'll go back to Red House for it.
Sorry. I mean, you don't really have to. It's just, it's all narrative. But,
Go ahead, then.
Just before the camera fades out, on the red at least, and before it moves into Joker's house, Jaco could be seen upstairs, just kind of thinking on the day's adventure, trying to think like, you know, just trying to think of like what's eating Zeliar, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of like what's going on here that.
You're trying to figure out essentially what beef does Zeliar have with you?
Yeah, like what's it like? I can understand why he trusts me more than everyone else because the whole same species thing and the fucking the necklace thing.
Right.
But like, just something seems off. Like he was saying to Sigmund, something about him seems familiar. So, I don't really have anything else. I was just kind of.
Alright. Then, that's absolutely fair. A better note to you in the episode on. And with that, of course. Never mind.
He just kind of goes into his room and... Does this room actually have doors? Is that...
Yeah. Pretend that opening there is the door.
Okay, so he goes into his room, kind of smiling at everyone. Not everyone. And a moment after he shuts the door, he's just sitting, he just sits kind of on his bed. He's just thinking about kind of all the events just happening, kind of the revelation towards the end. And he finds himself feeling the weight of his sword again. And he unsheaths it like completely this time and just presses it down against the floor and just looks at the blade.
Why don't you look at it? Go ahead.
What is up with this thing?
Why don't you look at it? You see for just a moment. A line of white light going across the golden hill. And with that,
I want to kill a bear. Just kidding.
This doesn't
Wait,
have
wait.
to be roleplay, but I was rolling a few survival checks because I wanted Jaco. I meant to say this earlier, but I wanted Jaco to try to take some lizard teeth for like a trophy, I guess.
Oh,
Or
absolutely.
make a necklace out of. I'm just gonna roll them on here.
All right.
That one didn't go well.
Definitely not.
Roll a few more. I'll roll 4 total.
All right.
Fuck. All right. Well,
You're not the best orthodontist. You can't quite get these teeth out without breaking them.
did I get any teeth?
I will say yes. You get 3 teeth out without destroying them completely.
Sounds good.
All right.
Just gonna make a. Probably just gonna make like a small. I don't know. He might maybe trying to make something out of maybe.
Bracelets
He's
are
not
always
super
an
crafty, so.
Right. I don't remember who is. Maybe Resco, but I just feel like that's just something I'm applying to Resco because I feel like
What's the
He's
question?
a bit crafty. You know, he's done some little crafty things here and there. He probably knows his way about, you know, building supplies and like props in a pinch, and you know, he's done a bit of like cooking and stuff, so he's somewhat resourceful with certain things. And he's
Because,
you know, he's been helping Eddie with his orphanage.
Because I was thinking it'd be kind of badass actually to put these teeth on that, like on the string of that necklace or the pendant rather.
oh yeah, absolutely. That works even better than making a bracelet out of it.
Yeah.
So let's say
It's
you
like-
do get 4 teeth, just because I like the idea of the
Aw.
number being 5.
You're so generous.
All right. And so, that's about it for tonight. It was a bit shorter than usual, but you know, it's more of the calm before the storm.
Yeah. At some point during the next week, Draco's just going to go to the room next door and have Fresco attach the teeth.
All right.
That can
I'll
happen off
actually
screen.
write that down so I don't forget about it.
Look at the teeth. Roll a perception or something, or an insight. See if I can tell. It looks like lizard teeth.
I would
Sure.
say roll a medicine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm gonna say, these, well, sharp teeth, yes. But you look at Jacob, you consider he didn't have these teeth before you guys left, and now he has them. Now, do you think you might be able to piece 2 and 2 together and figure out where these teeth came from?
I'm just gonna look at it for a second. And if he can manage to find somewhere in the back of his mind that these could, he might think for a second. They kind of look like lizardman teeth, and then he thinks about kind of some of the lizardmen he's helped out, and kind of like the one French guy is kind of nice. But then he doesn't. He's like, you know, he doesn't know for sure. He's just like,
You could ask.
okay. I mean, he's not gonna ask. He's gonna like, sure.
Right.
Nice. Crafting skill up.
Reska's the kind of person to like show him, so he kind of does it with him and shows him.
Jaco has this like gleam in his eyes, like cool. He thinks it's the coolest thing. Yay! Okay, that was just a bit of random. That was just a bit of random bullshit flavor.
That's absolutely fair. Absolutely fair too, because it adds flavor to the narrative.
Yeah.
That's the connection. It's like the characters interacting.
Yeah.
It's outside of just
Combat.
Let's go kill things. And so
Yeah. We had our characters had a moment.
I have written down my notes, so we prepare for